Hey everybody, welcome to Not Another Podcast, episode 7, or round 7.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
oh, shit.
right, that thing
that I said that I told you.
that you told me about.
I'm really bad at that.
You were literally, I'm not letting you leave without my Verve remote. Because we're 3 episodes in,
So
and
good.
I'll talk more about that in a bit, but it's really good. I'm going to try and fade this to the best of my ability.
Oh.
I'm sure it sounded better for them than it did for us. But we're back.
Oh, man.
It's
been a week.
It's been
2 weeks now. 3 weeks? 3 weeks.
Yeah, because we took a week off for varying reasons.
Yeah. I was dying.
You were dying.
Which, I'm going into... Yeah, by the way, low-key fucking update on that. Gonna go get an MRI on my abdomen done for 30 minutes tomorrow at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Jesus.
That'll be fun. Your boy, hopefully not dead by then. But we'll see. Anyways, previous conversation. No. Okay, but like the thing is, you don't need to... Like, you still need to keep fucking doing maintenance on the goddamn automail arm.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you're not using it in a fight.
So it was very low energy. I had woken up from a half-hour nap with Phil saying, "What is your gate key?" I opened the door, trying to remember how to become a human, and during our little podcast pre-game warm-up, we discussed body modification, which led to, would you cut off your own arm for a cool robot arm? And I said, I will literally just take fucking Full Metal Alchemist level auto mail.
And I think that's a bad idea.
That's enough for me.
I think that's genuinely, if it's the only thing available, I'm the kind of person who will wait.
You'll wait.
Yeah,
you wouldn't buy like first generation Oculus.
Yeah.
You'd wait for Vive Pro. The Vive Pro of robot arms.
Man, what if automail is fucking brought to the world by an actual racist? Who knows?
Oh man, they do call that dude Führer, huh?
Oh, fuck.
Starting strong as
Kingu
always.
Bradley. And doesn't Mustang become Führer?
He does. He becomes a nice Führer.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
That series is older than sin at this point.
You should. Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, Max.
Hey, Phil.
I haven't been doing a whole lot, so I guess I'll go through my segment of what I've been doing.
What you playing, what you watching, what you listen to.
Oh.
I haven't been watching fucking anything because, of course,
okay, because I've been watching a shit ton.
Yeah, I haven't been watching a fucking thing. My Philip DeFranco show, whole week without that, I don't know what the hell happened in the news this week. I realize how much I rely on that man to tell me what happened in my week.
That's crazy.
That I don't know what happened in the world. I am completely cut off.
Well, that's like, I used to only get my news from, like, The Daily Show and Colbert Report.
Yeah.
Like, that would just be the news I watched, and then when those two went under, it's like, I'm not watching Trevor Noah.
I always told myself that, like, when I start fucking, like, living by myself, that I would need to at least wake up and kind of check the weather report every day. I barely do. A fucking hurricane could come smashing through, and it'd be like, well, that's fine, I guess.
There have been days where I open the door, and it's like, oh, today in Florida, there's a blizzard. There is hail falling from the sky. And the next day, it will be 95 degrees.
Yeah.
So get ready, fucker.
Actually, in the next 15 minutes, it'll be 95 degrees and sunny, and then at night, you'll get a cold front with a storm.
Yeah.
Because global warming's not real. But whatever.
It's global cooling.
Global cooling,
It's
dumbass.
so cold.
And so you just call it what it is. Maybe they wouldn't fucking be so upset about
Shitty
it.
weather. We got a case of the shitty weather.
Just have Trump do a couple of fucking drive-bys in Florida and be like, wow, we really got to do something about this. Yes!
Yeah,
yes,
when
we do!
When the hail hits his car and he thinks it's a coconut from one of our many palm trees.
Who's throwing coconuts? How can they see me?
This man thinks that Florida's an island. It's like, he hits us, it's like...
The world thinks we're a fucking island. Everyone talks about Florida like it's not even like it's this fucking awful make-believe state where Florida Man exists and he is he is perpetually possessing other people throughout the state. And yet I have yet to meet Florida Man. I saw a Florida Man in Philly. I have not seen a Florida Man here yet. Myself,
No,
that I remember.
I can't say I have seen a Florida Man.
Yeah, and I've been around the block. You know what I mean? I've been to some unscrupulous places here and there. You know, just kind of casually walking around, and oh hey, it's a ghetto, ruh-roh. You wouldn't believe how many times I've accidentally done that. Like
Just wandered in.
It's
like
I'm downtown. In the ghetto.
Just, from one moment, it's doves, families with strollers.
Same thing, but they're all really, really upset with the world.
Yeah, and the doves are like even sad.
Packing. Oh, man.
Even the doves are packing heat.
DFA, death from above.
Ugh.
Oh, man. So, anyways, I haven't been fucking watching anything. I haven't really been listening to anything new. It's been a couple weeks of rediscovery, as it were. Listening to a lot of Daft Punk again. Trying to pick up a band called Dye, as in hair dye, DYE. They were very, very popular for like a half a second for releasing a video a while back. People will remember what I'm talking about. It was an anime-inspired video wherein there was a couple of teenagers. They're sneaking into a pool.
Oh, yeah.
It's become aliens and shit like that. That's a weird band.
It made me really upset, that video, but it was good.
It was a great video with an amazing song, and apparently they just don't do the same genre twice, because like I found another video that was just as like upsetting but way cooler too, called She Bad, and it was basically like a 1970s early 1990s mid-disco alternative hit. Like that's the only way I can explain it.
Okay.
And the concept of the video is it's just some girl like getting dressed and getting ready for a date, but like they do an effect on the people's faces and their appendages, so it's like National Geographic footage of animals like covering their entire body, and when they put clothes on, it covers it up, so it's like it's showing like quote unquote their animalistic instincts. Basically, it ends with her biting a dick off and sucking the blood out of it.
Cool.
Crazy video.
Neat.
Very cool song. Dalco is also someone I recently rediscovered too, who was the singer of the original Me 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 song.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a couple of cool songs. Definitely waifu status. Definitely. Super hard. And then in terms of playing, on and off Soul Worker. I tried. Okay, so an overwhelming majority of people were like on the fucking Soul Worker Reddits and talking about like, oh yeah, burning Soul Worker's great, but it's still a private server. Should we really keep fucking touting a private server? And I was like, yeah, maybe. And apparently they changed the pricing structure on Soul Worker Online, like the Steam version and all those versions. So like, okay, I'll go back and give it a shot. It is way harder to level in that game. I think I spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours at level 12. It was not fun.
So it got worse?
Yeah, I mean
or just going from the private server to an actual one
where the rates are like you're actually, because like in those kinds of games the whole idea is you just kind of pick up quests and then run a little instance, play through the instance, and the instance lasts about maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Very get in, get out kind of gameplay, and you're supposed to get rewards like super fast. And then like there's actual end game near the max level where there's raids and stuff like that, where the whole idea is that you're just kind of trying to build a stronger character. And I just can't find it in me to keep playing the official version because it's so fucking slow. And people are like, "Well, just get EXP boost." But I was like, "No, fuck that. I don't want to be forced to do that."
Yeah, it's like I'm willing to support games, free-to-play games and stuff like that, but it very rarely ever through some sort of gold or EXP boost.
PSO2 is still the best fucking free-to-play action RPG of all time, and that's a shame. That entire game can be played with no money involved at all.
Yeah.
It really is for the ease of use, and a lot of it is the perfect fucking model.
It's really dumb that
we can't get it.
Just at this point, it's easier now than ever to just slap that fan translation patch on it, change a few things.
Well, here's
it's like when you copy someone's homework, just change a few things.
But here's the thing, and here's what's happening in a lot of games nowadays, right?
Yeah.
So this is coming up a lot frequently, and it's starting to really piss me off that we still haven't figured out a way to get our licensing agreements to get with the times.
Yeah.
It's one of the main reasons why Jet Set Radio Future won't get backwards compatibility on the Xbox One X.
Because
of licensing. Because all the because there's still songs on there that aren't made by Hideki Nakaguma, that Aisle 10 and Sybil Matto's Birthday Cake and stuff, and a bunch of stuff that are really those are key components of that fucking album and that game, and you can't bring them unless you pay for the licensing, which either A, just flat out doesn't exist anymore, or it just it's too much fucking
and
money.
PSO 2 does a lot of crossover stuff, which is cool,
did you see what they fucking just did?
No.
Persona 5 Dancing All Night crossover. So there you go. It's just consistently down the line, all this really cool shit, but the amount of money it costs to license anything here in America far exceeds the amount that is necessary in Japan. Now, they could get away with it, but the problem is a lot of those items are built into the game's structure.
Yeah.
So
then couldn't they just make it easier to just make an account? It's if you're not in Japan. We added an English mode for our English-speaking Japanese users, and we've also simplified the login and registration process so you don't have to draw the kanji on a tablet to log in.
They are very vehemently aware that there is a large English presence, because I remember there being a fan contest where you can win a little thing, and they said, we will not ship outside of Japan. And I was like, they got us. They see us, they know we're here, which to me kind of smacks of PSO2 is kind of old at this point, right? I think it's perfect timing to work on 3. If they can bring 3 over, and that's the thing, is that if they can work on something, if I could get any kind of Phantasy Star back, give me Phantasy Star Universe 2. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Bring it stateside.
Bring it back
please.
to the GameCube, so you can use that shitty controller.
Just give it to me again. I don't give a shit. But other than that, I picked up Dad of War. Yesterday. GameStop is now, I think, at the point in which they just don't give a shit about street dates anymore.
Cool.
I think it's just easier for them. I don't know why they're doing it, but most midnight releases are not midnight releases anymore. It's 9 p.m. releases.
They've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
For some games.
For higher profile games.
Yeah.
I guess it's easier for them to kind of...
You don't have to stay open as long.
Exactly. Which probably is we're losing so much money having to pay these people
to stay
12.
here. Yeah.
So, because I think in the state of Florida, you are forced to pay time and a half after 40 hours.
Yeah.
And there are anyone who's worked at a GameStop knows there are people who are working over 40 hours, and there are people who are getting 2. And those people who are working 40 hours are upset and tired all the time.
Yeah. And the people who are working 2 hours
are
working another job.
Yeah, working another job. But I picked up Dad of War. It has gotten an obscene amount of hype around it. I don't think I've seen a first-party title get this much fucking hype since Last of Us. It's not even... it's a first-party title, right?
Definitely... Yeah, Naughty Dog.
Yeah, that's right.
Every single box of cinematic, looks good, combat that's just deep enough. It's just deep enough that somebody could compare it to Dark Souls, but easier. There was this shitty tweet that I saw on probably the Best Friends cast or something, and it's what if Zelda had an engrossing story?
Yeah.
What if Dark Souls was accessible and clear? And it's like, what if all these games were not those games? Then it'd be God of War because it's a different game. So I will withhold judgment, but as someone who didn't care for Last of Us as much as everyone else did, the only thing that was interesting about God of War to me were the big bombastic fights, and everything I've seen from that, and I haven't tried to look at too much, is not big bombastic fights anymore.
So the way
I might be wrong though.
What I'm trying to explain it to a lot of people is the original God of War was the closest thing that a Western developed studio got to creating an actual working character action game.
Yeah.
And because of that, one of the biggest things that have been popularizing character action was the sense of scale. And that is actually something that the first God of War popularized pretty early on in the in the midlife of PS2.
Yeah.
Which also got just as many good reviews as this one. A lot of people considered this one, like the original God of War, a game of the generation because of how like crazy the scale is. And they certainly toned things down, but just from there's a lot of people talking about the actual first boss fight you encounter in that game, and for good reason. It is the closest thing to what I've seen a game doing the best at actually combining cutscene with gameplay flawlessly.
That's
like
okay.
it is God of Anime. It is not like excessively like crazy, but it is basically a Dragon Ball fight done by a Western studio. It's Man of Steel. Like, it is a Man of Steel fight that you are playing, and it is really fucking cool. And it is super, like... it's hard to explain it because it is... You have to, like, play it.
Yeah.
But the one-take thing works super fucking well, and they commit to that really hard to the point of if Kratos gets knocked back 15 yards in the opposite direction from the camera will actually run over to him. Like, it'll bob like someone's on the camera.
Okay.
And you have to see the fight. I can show it to you. It's a cool-ass fight. I'm hoping they ramp it up. I have not heard a fucking thing about the boss fights.
And it plays cool.
It plays cool.
Because when I hear like, oh, the gameplay and the cutscenes are like seamless,
you think
I
QTE.
don't care about
that. I know
that.
that, but you think like QTE too. But like, it's a combination of taking the kind of free-form gameplay from a traditional action-adventure game, and then intermixing the punch lasers from fucking most of Naughty Dog's games.
Okay.
And it works really fucking well.
Alrighty.
It is a very cool set piece, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And the combat, when people were talking about the idea of precision and like, oh, you gotta have your strategy, it's like, oh, haha. It always pisses me off because nobody understands what character action games are. And even as someone who's not like super in who loves character action games but isn't super into the science of them as some other people are, it's not button mash. People keep thinking that God of War was always button mash. Like, no, God of War had some 3 and Ascension had some really cool shit with the combat system going on. Yeah, no, this is pretty much like they do a lot of really cool things with enemy variety, at least on the normal difficulty, where it's like, oh, okay, I actually have to play differently. And the concept is you have an axe, you have your melee, and you can throw your axe, and you got some more range with your kid running around.
Yeah.
And when you throw your axe, you immediately go to hand-to-hand, which enemies have stun bars. And hand-to-hand increases stun faster, so you can do finishers, but it does less damage. The axe does more damage, but it doesn't fill up stun. So you're like,
okay.
But it also you can basically throw it, freeze somebody, or just kind of fuck them up for a little bit, and then as you bring it back, if anyone's on the way back, it'll actually damage them too, and then flip them over again.
All right.
So and it comes with the juggle. There's a basic juggle.
Juggle is a good word. That's a word I needed to hear.
Well, like the R2 is literally a launcher, and then it stays up in the air. And
Launcher, too. Good
yeah,
words.
and it's a launcher. You can stay up in the air, and you can do it for with multiple people if they're close enough. And you can just basically simple 3-attack combo, throw the thing, and then sprint up and then kick them. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that with the very basic system that's in place, like in the very beginning, and it feels good.
All right.
Performance-wise, it's really all over the place.
Okay. And that's on Pro.
Yeah, and that's on Pro. The resolution, and that's after the patch. The resolution mode is weird. I turned the field grain and the fucking motion blur all the way off. Just turn it off. Not worth your time.
Okay.
Makes the image looks worse. I haven't tried resolution mode after doing that, but when I did that with all those settings maxed out, oh my god, it felt so just like I was like walking through sludge the whole fucking time.
So not a solid 60.
No, hell no. Because the resolution mode is quote unquote locked 30.
Yeah.
But their idea of locked 30, it just looks really bad in motion with the motion blur and the film grain. It just doesn't there's too much shit happening on screen.
Yeah.
For it to be like that. So if you turn it all the way off and you turn on performance mode, the game looks great.
Okay.
But
that's probably what I'd do.
Yeah, but it's also not a consistent frame rate. But
Either
during battles, it feels fine. You know what I mean?
And that's really where it matters, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Story is incredibly melodramatic so far.
So God of War.
God of War is if anything over the top. I'm gonna skull fuck this thing immediately. And this one literally this one literally starts off with a sad Kratos cutting down a tree. That's it.
Yeah.
They really try to hammer home the whole emotional complexity of this quote unquote emotional complexity of the situation. It just comes off super melodramatic.
Yeah, Kratos ruined Greece and now he's sad cutting trees.
Yeah. Well, so a lot of people when I've been seeing a lot of people who are on the side of they're like, oh, this isn't really Kratos. How is it this crazy psychopathic character, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, where else was he going to go? Where do you go with that character?
He gets bored.
Yeah.
And goes to kill the other guy.
Well, canonically, in fucking God of War 3, which is why I'm really confused as to how God of War this one works. Because in Olympus, all of the gods are connected to the world.
Yeah.
So when he kills them, he starts the apocalypse.
The world is fucked, yeah.
Yeah, and he goes, well, fuck this. And he kills himself, and he brings it all back to balance.
Is that what happens?
He
at the end
kills
of 3?
himself. Yeah. So what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? I hope the game remembers that and says, hey, by the way, Kratos
really
is
just
alive
didn't
again.
need to be the same Kratos. You could have really just painted the red stripe a blue stripe, and
there's a story beat that I'm really not trying to spoil for people who are listening to the podcast.
Then yeah, that's fine.
That's really fucking interesting, and I would love to see it. The best thing is, what would happen if people knew who the fuck you were in another time zone? If you were such a bad motherfucker that other motherfuckers were like, oh, hold on, where this bitch at? Because that's what it seems like is going to happen.
Okay.
And that, to me, is really fucking cool because it means that, he's not on the offensive, he's on the defensive. He's running. He's like, okay, I got to get the fuck out of here.
You're making Kratos run away. Who the fuck are you?
Which is, hey, that first boss fight.
All right.
It's
maybe when
super
you finish
fucking
it up,
cool.
I'll check it out or something.
Yeah, I'll let you borrow it. But before, I don't want to hear anything about what you listened to, what you saw. I want to hear what the fuck you felt.
Okay.
I want to hear about
So we'll
this.
start with
I
what
didn't
I
even know
played.
you were starting on
I was
this.
gonna surprise you, and I was taking pictures of every time I was like, bro, what the fuck? But it was 5 in the morning, so I'm like, I'm not gonna text this to Phil right now. It turns out none of those photos even fucking saved, because it just says, are we at the point where we can spoil it a little bit? I'll try not to say it. The last choice you make in the last fight, where it's pick a side. I took a picture and I had typed out the whole text. It's bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? Who am I? what am I supposed to do here?
We already spoiled it in the last podcast, I think. A2 versus 9S.
In the last podcast? Did we even talk about Nier?
Yeah. We talked. It's been 3 weeks. We talked about Nier because I told you need to play Nier.
Right. I played Nier. I didn't do everything, but I got endings A through E.
Mm-hmm.
So when I had first played Nier, I beat Route A. I beat the 2B thing. And it ended. I was like, oh, play the next one. And I played through the very start of Route B, which is the 9S one. Got through most of that bullet hell segment. Died after like 30 minutes. And like, oh, this is why people stopped playing Nier to begin with. I'm going to take a break. But even then, I was like, I can understand how anyone could play this and call it their game of the year. I totally respect it. Had I played this last year, Persona 5 would not have been my game of the year.
I'm telling you.
No.
I'm telling you that immediately that ending in and of itself, if people sit there and they talk shit about how like, oh, it's all about the journey. It's like, if you get a game with an ending that rocks you to your fucking core, it stays with you for years.
And like, Persona 5 is, in my mind, a perfect turn-based JRPG it is perfect in every regard. It's still in my top 5 games of all time, but Nier is... It gave me that feeling I get from those weird indie games that come out. There's one indie game every year, and it's like, we're going to do something that only video games can do. Mm-hmm. And that's what Nier Automata fucking did. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, the B route, I played through it, and it's generally just Route A through the other perspective with a bit more thrown in here and there. And like, I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then it showed the preview for the next episode, and it's like... This isn't the same game anymore.
Nope.
I popped in a different game, and like as soon as you get to like the tower, which is my favorite fucking thing in anything, is just stark white spooky place. Mm-hmm. It was incredible. And while ending C and D, I felt something because like I really like by the end of that game, I really liked 9S as a character, and A2, I wish I got a little bit more with before the end, but I get it.
How hard did you come when the words "take off the limiter" appeared on your screen?
The first thing I did when I had control of A2 was I hit both the sticks, and it said, like, limiter disengage.
Yeah.
And I immediately lifted my thumbs up, and I was like, no, I'm going to wait. Yeah. I'm going to wait for the moment. So for that, I had no idea how the fucking chips worked, and I fucked myself over really hard.
Yeah, that's an easy thing to do.
I did the two, because there's a point where it's like, who do you want to monitor? So I'm like, okay, I just want to see what happens with 9S first. So I did both 9S things, so like, okay, now I can do the A2 stuff, so it's not either or. Get to the A2 part, realize it's like, oh, I have 64 memory and no chips. I should go take care of that. Well, everyone fucking hates you until you do a certain thing, until you finish a fight. So I had to turn it down to easy because of how little I had. After that fight, I went and started doing chip stuff. I never my limiter was always off because I just had health steal.
Yep.
So you just fucking breathe. It was awesome. I felt stuff for both endings. Ending E, a lot of the media I've been consuming recently has made me feel like a real bitch. And ending E made me feel like a real punk bitch. Because, like, the music's incredible and everything. And you get to a certain part.
Two things. When you get to the part where everybody shows up.
Yeah.
Did you notice that the song was being sung in multiple languages at the same time? Was that not the most heartfelt,
It hit me because the first, it starts in English, which is not the near made-up language. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then it fades out, and then the Japanese starts coming in. And then it fades back to, like, English and Japanese, and then you get to a part where it's like, it really doesn't want you to progress.
Yeah.
And, yeah, as soon as the first message popped up, I'm like, weird time to start doing quotes.
Yeah.
Because it just says, like, name, country, and, like, that was it. And then, like, I died again, and another one popped up, and it said different country. And that's when I was like, doesn't this game have this weird online mechanic where players leave? Oh. And, like, the music starts kicking in, and then if you're still not doing great, everyone comes in to help you. And I was like, what the fuck? I was not. You can't just do this.
I cannot listen to The Weight of the World without wanting to cry. Like that song and that like moment. And when you think about it, it's hard to explain it because people are like, "Wow, that sounds amazing." And then when they play it, it's like if you're not into video games, the moment looks so fucking stupid on the outside looking in. But like as a video game player, that moment happens and you're like, "This is incredible. This is the most incredible like showing of," which is why when they did that, the first thing I did was I remember thinking about that ending, and I called you last Saturday to say what about Death Stranding. I called you. I woke you out of a stupor, and I said, "Death Stranding's gonna do the near thing." I bet you 10-1.
I really hope it does, and I hope it hits me even half as hard as this one did.
Oh yeah,
and like, and of course, I no longer have a save file. And I wish I had waited to do ending E. Because when I didn't realize how interested I was going to get into the world.
Yeah.
I really wish I'd gotten the rest of those fucking logs. I really wish I had done the rest of those side quests. So I don't know when I'm going to go back through it. I will probably 100% that game.
Good.
Because I've never felt compelled to learn more about a game's world than with that game.
There are some really cool side. Like the thing is that unfortunately the side quest structure, like that game is not perfect by any means.
Yeah.
Like it's not. Very fun.
Still don't think
but the story behind those side quests are amazing.
I still don't think the open world was necessary.
Yeah,
I still think it's really big and it's beautiful. But there's a lot of running back and forth just to talk to people and like. I don't know. Other thing, what's up?
That you didn't notice, or I hope you noticed. Did you notice during the pick sides part why it changed perspective?
I noticed it did.
Because one of them can only see two sides. Isn't that the fucking coolest? Isn't that so fucking cool?
All I thought was because one of those fights you had done before, but it had always been in 2D.
Mm-hmm. No, it's because one of them can't see the full picture. They only see death or life. Isn't it fucking cool? Isn't that the raddest shit?
I have to wait before I jump back in. I can't just go right back in. I have to play Yakuza 6. I can't.
Yeah. Oh God, that
Nier
game
was incredible.
Nier's an incredible fucking game, and if anybody, even if we given you a little bit, probably a lot more of the ending than I think we ever have in the past, it's worth experiencing. Because there's also, oh man,
we'll talk.
How did you feel about
for sure? But
yeah, real quick, how did you feel about the one character who was super nice? What'd you do? What'd you tell her to do? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Fuck, I don't remember what the decision was. Fuck.
Kill yourself, I kill you, I walk away.
Oh. That's a dude.
Yeah. I know.
I helped them.
Oh, okay.
I didn't kill them, but I helped them.
I walked away. I couldn't do it. I was like...
And you know what?
And it's just as wrong.
You
can't, but I was like...
This game definitely does a good job of giving you only wrong answers in a good way.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I really don't know what to fucking do here.
Yeah.
I sat on it. But like, no.
I fucking couldn't, like, the amount... I was playing it alone, and I sat there and I sobbed for a good 2 minutes before I said, I can't do it. I cannot do it.
Yeah.
And I can't tell this person to do what they need to do. And then when you walk away, they're crying after you. And I put the controller down. I was like, that's enough for today.
Yeah,
I'm
break time.
Back. Break time. I'm coming back later.
I see. And this game gives you so many options where walking away is an option. Mm-hmm. You're most likely going to prematurely end your game, ending like W or something. But you can walk away. No, so Nier was fantastic. I say I'm gonna wait. I probably will, but I need to know the rest. I'm gonna try not to just look up the rest of the logs on Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. Other than that, in a much significantly not as good game, but has now gained more value for me, I booted up Nitro Plus.
Yeah, why?
Because guess what? As soon as you actually start using assists, that game gets surprisingly deep. And while it wasn't a super fun experience, really I'm just biding my time until Cross Tag comes out. Which apparently, I don't know if you saw it, is now available at GameStops, at kiosks. So I'm going to go hunting tomorrow. See if I can find it.
Your girl's available now.
My girl?
Naoto's.
Yeah, Naoto's in.
Naoto's in.
Guess what? That game's going to give me a character crisis like I've never had in my entire life. Because I enjoy...
How could you have a character crisis when they're all there?
You only get to pick 2!
Oh, that's right.
Like 3, I could maybe make it work. 2?
That game's balance is going to be just fucking nuts.
I hope there isn't any. I don't want it balanced.
I do want
it.
Marvel craziness. I want to see what Marvel Infinite would have looked like under a better game.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are going to turn around and say Dragon Ball, but of course you have your feelings about Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball's still really fun to fucking watch.
If my friend didn't offer to let me borrow Yakuza 6, I was ready to walk in and trade it in for it.
Really?
It's literally at that level. Where it's like I played like 2 hours of it with Aphex, and neither of us were like, this is not fun. We're not enjoying this experience.
Is that like a thing that's like universally...
No.
People fucking enjoy it. People love this game. I enjoyed my time with it. I thought it was great.
It's weird for some people. There's a very clear skill level between like entry level, a huge middle, and then really high level. Where it's like really high level, people seem to be really enjoying it. At a very low level to like low medium, like entry level, people seem to be enjoying it, other than the fact that you can't fucking fly and it's not 3D or whatever. But the medium crowd's just like, there doesn't seem to be any depth here. And it's like, everyone does the same things. Like, the amount of times I have to fight a cell and get hit with the same cell loop is ridiculous. Okay, I don't like Dragon Ball. I promise I'm not going to talk about it for another 20 minutes on podcast. But yeah, no. Apparently it's not a super general idea, but there's definitely Broly's Android 16. He's a grappler. There's not a lot of variety.
Yeah.
And even when you watch high-level stuff, you can see where it's like, we're hitting the point where we're watching the same Magneto Infinite way sooner. And it's like the amount of characters that are, and when they're releasing, is not frequent enough to keep it fresh.
Watching high-level Dragon Ball at the beginning was really fun because of the fact that like it was a new game that nobody figured out. And now that Goichi has it perfected to a fucking science, watching him do stuff with Adult Gohan is really cool, but it's also the same fucking thing that he does in every goddamn round.
Because it's cool. It'd be cool if you knew the opponent had a chance to get out.
Can we just play Street Fighter 4 Ultra again? Can we just bring back Ultra?
It's so funny to say that because I don't like playing Ultra at all, but I love watching it.
Ultra's so fun to fucking watch, dude.
Yeah.
God, the fucking Elena fight, which was that Gamer Bee?
I think so.
Oh, God.
One of the Evos.
One of the Evos. So good.
But yeah.
Which fucking hurts my heart because it's like, that was going to be the game that brought me back into the fold.
Dragon Ball?
Like, I'm going to fucking play fighting games again. And I just haven't, like, from what you've been saying and from what I've played, I was like, this is really fun. And then people were like, oh, you're not reflecting, you're not doing this. I was like, I don't want to play this. I just want to play Tekken. I'll just play Tekken casually again because that's...
Again, I told you when BlazBlue comes out, me and you can buddy up and play online. I'll play my Ruby, who's looking super good. I'll talk more about BlazBlue in a bit because there was another Arc Nama stream. What have I been listening to? Not a lot, so I'll skip it. Honestly, I'm still listening to that Too Mellow fucking Jet Set Radio album.
That's getting some play, man. My friends started sharing that, and I was like, oh, cool.
And then I remember I sent you a mix of when my mother was here, the Futaba's theme, the lo-fi one.
Yep.
He has an entire album called Alibaba, and it's just that. Like that style of music for Persona remixes. Listening to that again.
Pretty good.
But yeah, in general, it's just been the openings to all the fucking anime I've been watching because it's the spring season. So I'm going to do a rundown, and I'm going to highlight 2 shows that I would like to talk about a little more than
Now, for those of you at home,
a glance.
what you don't understand is that he brought out his phone.
I had to make a fucking My Anime List account. That's the point I'm at. So when anyone says that Aphex is the weeb of the Fun Zone podcast, you can fucking remember.
Why?
Write it down.
Why would they say that?
Because
Aphex
nobody
plays
knows
Killer
who. Because
Instinct.
nobody knows who I am, and that's funny. I'm remembering that. To start, I am still watching Darling in the Franxx. That will come up later.
Is that not is that being simulcast or is that full season done already?
It's being simulcast.
Oh, okay.
And it's also being simuldubbed, which Funimation is starting to do a lot more of, which is cool.
Right.
Where you'll get it. It'll be like 2 to 3 weeks later, but it's still right there, and it'll still be weekly.
Faster than ever before.
Yeah. So you have to wait for the start a little bit, but it'll be weekly releases.
Yeah, I think a friend of mine, real quick aside, a friend of mine has been like super adamant about how bad Crunchyroll is when it comes to actually paying the animation studios their due rights and
For the licenses?
Yeah, for the licenses, and just the raw battle it is, and apparently like the idea of like all of these other actual animation studios coming together, or mainly like dub studios in America that would have already bought the licenses already, turning around and saying, let's start streaming them. You know, apparently that is better in the grand scheme of things. It's like a direct, like, hey, you're a direct line to this studio you want to support.
And I think also just Crunchyroll lacks the competition right now, because like Netflix's anime situation is, we just got Violet Evergarden, and that was a winter 2018 show. It got everywhere except North America.
Well,
we're just now getting it.
Netflix does this fucking weird thing where it's like, I think Devilman was the only actual Netflix original
anime that was handled properly.
Like, well, not only handled, but it was like actually funded by Netflix, I think. Because they just take a fucking bunch of anime and they slap their name as Netflix original on
No,
it.
but I think Violet Evergarden was.
Okay.
Because you know how when you go on Netflix...
That's insane, because that level of animation, like, and Netflix is hemorrhaging money right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Kyoto Annie.
fuck,
crazy. Yeah, Crunchyroll just needs more competition, I think. Amazon fucked it all up with
Verve
their...
is apparently catching up, right?
Verve is Crunchyroll.
Is it?
It's like owned by Crunchyroll, yeah.
Oh, wow. Never mind.
There are a couple. High Dive, I think, is the name of one. It's got a cute little monkey as their photo. It's the only place you can watch Chivalry of a Failed Knight, which is a surprisingly good light novel adaptation show. I highly recommend. Anyway, I've been watching Darling in the Franxx. We'll talk more about that in a bit because there's just some bullshit happening there. A lot of adaptations and a lot of sequels. My Hero Academia Season 3. Apparently this is the best arc. I like My Hero. You're already watching it.
If you weren't watching My Hero, you're watching it now because every one of your friends is watching it.
They told you
and
watch
you're
the
gonna
Todoroki fight because it's dope, and it was. It was very dope.
And you go to an anime convention and there's just nothing but fucking My Hero cosplayers.
You look in a corner and there's no one standing there, and it's because they're all cosplaying the cute Invisible Girl. My Hero's good. First episode was a recap. That kind of sucked, but apparently this is the best arc coming up. One of the best arcs. So that's cool. Sword Art Online, Gun Gale Online, Alternative, whatever that's called. It's fun.
Does
so
that
far.
start?
Yeah.
What is it?
These all start on the same day. It is a total side story that's not even written by Reki Kawahara. It was like overseen and published by his like publishing company, but this is like new writer, just side story that takes place somewhere else, totally different characters. It's about Gun Gale Online. It's about this university girl who's like really tall, and she has like a height complex, and she's like, I'm gonna play VR games because I'm sick of being so fucking tall. And she just re-rolls in every VR game, and she goes through like Alfheim and like all those games. It's like, these all fucking suck. And she sticks with Gun Gale because she gets to be just cute little avatar because they're all randomly generated. And they're having a lot of fun with it. And like, I think it's a different studio who's making it because the animation looks different. It looks pretty good. But like, if the idea of VR stuff is interesting to you, and try this one.
So it's actually fucking Sword Art for people who enjoy the concept and not.
Don't expect huge stakes in this series. Like, it's definitely a more fun, like, person having an experience with VR stuff.
This guy says, Blazin says, SAO Alternative is possibly written by the Kino's Journey person.
I honestly forget his name. If I can Fuck.
As long as it's not written by Ricky.
Yeah, it's not. It's not Ricky Kawahara.
Kawahawa.
But yeah. First episode, everyone was like, it's fucking Sword Art. What? It sucks. But like, slowly, people have been like, nah, this is all right. It's
That's
very,
the problem.
It's very all right. It's
That's
good.
the fucking problem. Is the anime completely fucked over
Everything.
everything? Like the anime ruined everything about Sword Art.
Yeah.
Like it's bad.
And
It's really fucking
it's
bad.
probably the worst
And-
adaptation I've seen.
And
And after watching, and now that I can say I watch anime. Yeah, the Sword Art anime is bad. Very bad, which I already knew, but I now know for sure it's bad.
the problem is the light nuggets of gold that come out in like actual character development that just come out of nowhere. Like someone was give this script to like an actual writer for half a second, and Reiki Kawahara fucking grabbed that shit right back and said, "No,
You're ruining my Japanese anime.
But again, the small tidbits that people like, he did right. Problem is that just you chop that shit up and you send it out in show form.
I don't believe you."
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, listen, new section. What are you reading? I'll give you the first couple volumes.
Oh, boy.
You can get back to us. You look so worried. You
I
looked
don't-
up at the shelf that shall not be named.
There she is.
There
they are. You
speak-
have both waifus there.
Speaking of adaptations that are not very good, Persona 5, the animation is airing. The first episode, I was like, this has some pacing issues, but it looks all right. Music's great. The new opening and ending are fantastic. If you wanted a sequel to Rivers in the Desert, listen to the opening.
Oh, wow.
Because it's very good. That second episode was atrocious. It was terrible.
What was it about?
So the first episode gets you all the way up until Ren and Ryuji leaving the palace for the first time.
Ren Amamiya is such a stupid fucking
It grew on me. It really did.
Maybe, but like Akira Kurosu, or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck his name
Yeah.
was, that's just way cooler. It made more sense.
'Cause
Why are the fucking like fan
'cause,
names always so much better?
it's not a fan. It was the manga.
Was it
It
the
was
manga?
Akira. Yeah. Yeah.
don't
No,
know.
Ren Amamiya catches on for sure. And then Ryuji calls him Ren.
Well, that's adorable.
Yeah, it's
Well, fuck.
that part's good. But like there are other parts, like the second episode really they do an all-out attack, and I will show you the gif later. It's bad.
Who's animating it?
It's A1 Pictures. Same
What
one
the
who
fuck?
did same one who did the other Persona adaptations, which looked fine. But the
Yeah.
problem is Persona 5 is one of the most beautiful games ever made. So already nothing you do will live up to it.
Dude, what would a fucking Madhouse animation like?
Better.
Persona. Yeah,
Better.
No shit.
Madhouse, Bones, anyone.
I have
Anyone.
a fucking just soft spot for Madhouse just because of how ridiculous Redline is.
Yeah.
Redline is so good. Is it? Please tell me Redline is Madhouse. I thought it was Madhouse.
I-
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's Madhouse.
Yeah.
It's Madhouse or
'Cause
Bones? It's pretty sure it's
I don't
Madhouse.
think it's Bones.
Madhouse.
Bones has a very Bones and Madhouse have a very distinct style.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Madhouse.
Yeah, it's Madhouse.
Fuck it. Give it to Trigger.
Comments.
Give it to anyone. Anyone. Literally anybody.
Is A1 Pictures the guys who did Sword Art?
Yeah. A1 Pictures is your anime. We need someone to make this look decent and to get it done fast. You send it to them. Everything they'll do will look the same, but you'll get it done and it'll be competent.
It was like
It's-
that fucking video for Porter Robinson released a while ago that people were losing their fucking minds about. I forget the name of the song, but they had he approached A1 Pictures to hash out an animated video for him, and it
Oh, the one about the girl who's got like a tablet and she goes.
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's
very
good.
very cute story. I
It's-
could not get past the fact that it looked exactly like fucking Sword Art. I just could not.
That's what they do, unfortunately.
It's
Their
very-
style isn't super varied. And while you can tell like what a trigger show is and what like all that stuff is just by the look,
Fuck, what would a
A1
trigger show?
A1 the way
by
that
Persona.
Yeah.
Like, what would
I
that be
don't-
about? Oh
It-
man.
I don't know. It's very disappointing. And it goes, the biggest problem it has is, like, I can get over shitty animation. They'll clean it up for the Blu-ray release. The pacing is awful. They have 24 episodes. By the end of episode 2, Ryuji has his persona like already on, literally just fucks off away from her friend. Like there's like she's clearly nervous about something. Nan's like, just play volleyball. Good, I guess. Bye. And like that's it.
That sucks. That is literally the most important fucking character
They
development.
just seem like acquaintances instead of best inseparable friends.
That is literally the most important fucking part about that character
You
arc.
get to see the scene, by the way. Kamoshida kind of just it's a cut where Kamoshida is punching her in the face and the punch comes towards the camera and it fades to black. It's like during a conversation.
Oh, that is an A1 picture ass choice.
It is it glosses over that while they're talking about what a dick Kamoshida is as he's doing the assault. The one that almost leads to a big suicide. Yeah, they just kind of gloss over it.
I can't. I'm fucking never gonna watch that series.
And
that is the worst.
Yeah, and
I thought maybe you were being like a big old anime
hard
snob. But
No. This is me being like just a fan of entertainment, and it's just the pacing is bad.
That breaks my fucking heart.
Yeah, I'm still gonna watch the rest.
I don't think
just to
people
see where it
understand.
goes, but
if you haven't fucking played Persona 5, the arc he's talking about is the most important and central to Ann's fucking...
Guess what? If you haven't played Persona 5, don't even bother. You will not be able to follow. You will not. It won't make sense. Guess all those cool transitions? The first episode maybe has 10 hard fade to black to end a scene.
Wow.
It's bad. But the opening and ending are really cool. So watch those on YouTube.
Yeah.
So other than that train wreck, another train wreck that I'm watching in the public Discord is Uma Musume Pretty Derby.
Okay.
It is a show about horse girls that race. It's based on an upcoming mobile gacha game.
I know what this fucking show is. I know specifically the show. They're not even like horse girls, they're just girls that race.
With horse tails and horse ears that people treat kind of like horse. There was a scene in this recent episode where the main horse girl runs into a human couple on the street and falls over, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, miss, we weren't watching where you're going." They help her up, and they like have a conversation, and then he just pulls out a carrot. He's like, "Here you go for your troubles." And she just eats the carrot. What? It's full disclosure. It's better than it has any right to be, but it's fun in the same way that Keijo was really fun.
Oh, okay.
Watch it. If you're gonna watch it, watch it in a group. Keijo is probably one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. It's incredible.
I've only seen shitpost about Keijo.
Also the horse girls are idols. I always forget that.
Yes.
When you win the race, you perform.
I forget fucking when, but I remember we had a stream where someone said, "You gotta watch this trailer for this dope anime," and I just saw the fucking scene where they open the gates and it's just a bunch of idol girls running out, and it was such a weird fucking thing for me to witness. I was like, what the fuck
I'm having a
is
problem with
this?
the show because while I think some of the girls are cute, you know how, like, when you see like a cat girl, like, you kind of get past it. I can't get past the horse girl.
What do you mean by
You know what I'm saying? Like, because like a cat girl's like, she's like a different species, right? Like, she's a cat girl. But you see that, and you're like, cute ears, cute tail. It's like, all right, cat girls can be cute, right?
Yeah.
The horse is too far. You can do cat. You can do like bunny. That Kobayashi Dragon Maid shit. Some of them were kind of cute. The horse part where they're nailing horseshoes into their real shoes. There's something about horse that I think is a step too far, because it's like, what if one of the... No, it gets worse. Because, like, you're walking with your girlfriend, right? And she's a horse. And you guys are walking or galloping down the street. If she like trips and sprains her ankle, you gotta put her down. Or what happens if they're too slow? Do you send them to the glue factory? Because they're treated
You're
like
trying to win an argument like, bitch, if you don't shut up, I'm going to turn your fucking ankles into jello.
like but it's like the girls, they're horses, but they're girls. They treat them kind of like people, but they give them carrots. They can only eat carrots. I don't know. It's a funny watch for sure. The school motto. If I can find it after this, I'll tweet it out. It's so bad. It's just English words. It's like you hit random on the dictionary and just put them all out. It's a fun watch. Don't watch it alone. Watch it with your friends. I will play the mobile game when it comes out because now I'm too invested.
It hurt. Oh, my God.
Okay, the last two shows that I actually care about, that I really want
You
to
got
talk
5
about.
minutes before we got to get back into topics.
Fuck. Oh, wow. We've been going for a while. Okay, I'll go quick. Shokugeki no Soma, Food Wars. I finally caught up. I finally watched it. Shokugeki no Soma is the best shonen show out right now. I think
Really?
it blows My Hero out of the water.
Whoa.
Because My Hero Academia has a boring first season. Food Wars is the best. There's no bad character. There is no bad villain. Just a show about fucking cook-offs, and it's incredible.
Wait, hold on. Someone is saying their names are from real famous voices. Is
Yeah.
there a fucking Seabiscuit?
There's the main character's name is Special Week.
Okay, tell me more about Food Wars.
So Food Wars, see, it's a typical battle shonen, but the battles are cook-offs, and just various cooking competitions.
Is
and
this
shit.
the one where, like,
They explode when
they explode?
They
I
have
see
huge
people experience-
orgasms.
Yeah.
Yes, and surprisingly, it's not when you get so into it. Where instead of thinking like, oh, look at this hot anime girl covered in honey, you're like, wow, that brisket must have tasted really fucking good. And it's like a mindset, like it's so weird because like it got me back into cooking. Like
Really?
I was able to do some of these fucking like he makes like an omelet souffle thing. I fucking made it, and it's cool. It's like it's something you can't usually do. You don't see Dante do million stabs and go like, oh, I'll give that a try next week. But like,
It combines the two things that people really love about fucking anime. It's the crazy shonen arcs
yeah,
and the anime food. Apparently, anime food
anime
looks
food is
fucking
hot as shit,
delectable.
and this show nails it.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing is like because the stakes are so, it's like no one's gonna die in one of these competitions.
Would you say the stakes are medium rare?
The stakes are definitely they're like medium. They're like medium stakes.
Oh, okay.
The worst it gets is like if I lose this cook-off, I will be expelled. That's the
Oh.
worst it can get. And because of that, the cast of characters becomes like these characters and people who oppose them, and they're like, oh, well, we beat them in a cooking competition, so we're kind of just like friends now. Because it's literally
one of my
fucking
favorite,
cooking.
That's one of my favorite shonen fucking like tropes. Is you're just building friends by attacking villains. Like you're
And
just,
like
you're bringing the bad guys and they're good guys now.
This-
I love that shit.
this latest season is the first time there is a villain you actually aren't supposed to like. And it finally works because again, every single adversary has now become pretty much a central cast member, and they're also varied and amazing. You can't pick a best boy. You cannot pick a best girl. They are all fantastic. And just goddamn, that show is really, really fucking good.
You can also see that people really want you to talk about Megalobox.
Megalobox is the Samurai Champloo of boxing anime.
Oofa. That's a pretty hard claim.
Just the aesthetics.
It looked it.
The aesthetics are super old school. It'll have the best soundtrack of the year.
It sounded super cool. That opening you were playing
Yeah,
earlier sounded really
that's
cool.
one of the not as good tracks,
Really.
and it's fantastic. And I listen to it once a day. You need to watch Megaloboxing. It is basically a reboot of Ashita no Joe, or it's a tribute. It's a spin-off kind of thing, which is one of the most famous boxing anime of all time, right up there above Ippo, which I'm also rewatching. But it is cool dudes boxing to like hip hop with their big mechanical gear arm like structures, and like so far it's just been setting up the main character Junk Dog or JD.
Oh, well, that's cooler too now.
But he
Fuck.
has he like towards the end of episode 2 he has to register his name because before that he was just kind of not a citizen.
Yeah.
So he couldn't compete in the big boxing thing. His name is now just Joe. So it is Junk Dog, JD, or Joe. Pick your favorite.
Why are all these fucking like really dumb names super cool when you see the character who it's actually based on?
Oh, yeah.
Like just from the trailer, like when you see like look at that Joe ass looking motherfucker right there.
Yeah. It's looking really good. There's been one fight that's an actual fight so far,
Really?
but it's still been really hype. And episode 3 came out yesterday. I didn't watch it yet, but I will right after this. I will watch it. Okay, that's what I've been watching.
Dope.
I will trust me. The list of shows I'm talking about is going to rapidly decrease as the season goes on. So,
Well, because it's like the anime curse, right? Everybody just
You give
consumes
it
as much as what they want, and then they go, I will watch the good show now.
yeah, exactly. And there's a couple shows I wanted to try, but I was like, I got 7.
I'll leave it at
That
Derby
seems
Girls.
good. Derby Girls, yeah. Well, I can't stop watching Derby Girls. All right.
All right. Woo!
So this is a quick story about Darling and the Franxx. This is the only time I've ever felt people are too stupid to watch a show I like.
Tell me about this, because I don't know anything about this.
So, my best girl, Ichigo, Fight Me, not very well regarded in the anime community, because everyone seems to be obsessed with the other main female character,
Zero
Two, who's a bitch, again, Fight Me. But it's gotten to the point where with this latest episode, something big happens within that love triangle, to the point where they are now sending the creators as well as the voice actress death threats, and like Evangelion levels of like, just, we don't like it, so we're gonna kill you if you don't change it. Like, just dumb fuck, like,
I never understood the concept of anybody sending a death threat like after watching something they
Yeah.
dislike,
or
because like
watching or playing
like,
or
like seeing like okay, so like you like something and you don't like a direction it's going.
yeah,
Either wait it out, or if you don't like it, drop it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how is
100%.
it that there are people who are so fucking emotionally invested? Like, I don't know, because it feels like you have to have a different mentality to do that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I keep trying to think of, like, how would I feel if someone turned around and took Nier Automata and tried to adapt it and then fucked it up? It's
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even fucking give it the time of day.
All
I
right.
wouldn't.
I'm
like,
getting some info in the chat that it's not at death threat. Apparently, a website blew it out of the water, but it is very
Oh.
much internet blowing up levels of like,
Oh, just the internet being the internet.
but like more to a degree than to the point where I guess Anime News Network thought it was there were death threats involved.
Oh,
I've
well.
seen it a lot. I guess
well,
this is a non-story. Thanks
chat.
for saving us some time, I guess.
Hey, thank you, chat.
Point is
That we can actually talk about. I don't have the full information.
okay.
We get to bully hunters. We can talk about something that's actually been very interesting. That
Interesting.
yeah, well, I mean, we talked about the soul worker thing, right?
Yeah.
We'll get there with bully hunters. I promise you.
How
I promise you.
do they connect?
I promise you. It'll connect.
Okay. All right. So glossing over that non-story. Should have done a little more research, I guess.
Hey, are people come here for research? 9.
Does Goku is gay? Okay. So Phil joined. So hold on. So I streamed my first CEO Community Effort Orlando Gaming like main stage monthly. I hosted the stream, and it was like a 12-hour event. I was exhausted, and by the end of the night, Phil came to like check in, see what was going on. So like, I was so out of it, I just kind of turned to him and I said, "Did you gaming? Does Goku is gay?" And I lost
Yeah,
it.
go ahead, clip it.
That was it. That was it.
Did you gaming? Does
Goku is gay?
Goku is gay? And I think that initiated a whole fucking thing where we were just...
Yeah, so look forward to another show that won't come out. Did You Gaming? Episode 1.
Oh, god damn it.
Dragon?
Kakarot.
Yeah.
Vegeta.
That's a 6 shots deep episode. Does Goku is gay?
Does Goku is gay?
Oh, it was such a long day.
Oh,
Much
God,
like
it
this
was. Sitting there was a long day. The longest day was your boy on the mic.
Oh man, dude.
Which I'm so glad that the fucking chat finally warmed up to him.
Yeah.
When the fucking person was throwing out the rawest of rage hearts.
Yeah. I'm just taking that advice, getting it good. Fuck. Real quick before Bully Hunter stuff, because the way we structured this is a lot. Not all. It's not good news. It's not too much good news.
It's all downhill from here.
It's all downhill from here. So I've decided to buffer some of these with little happy snippets of information.
Okay.
Spyro is getting remastered, and I'm done being a little baby bitch. It looks good.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're a fucking idiot because like as someone who's even played like fucking Spyro, I kept looking at it. I was like, what is he looking at?
I know.
And I
It
can't
was literally
see.
like
You were tired.
everyone
You were
has
a
their
tired
everyone
baby.
has like their game. Spyro is my game where it's like if I don't finish it, if I don't beat all 3 every 3 months, I start to have withdrawals.
Yeah.
Looks good. It's coming out this not this year. Maybe. Probably not. It'd be cool if it did. What is coming out is the Shenmue 1+2 remaster because of fucking course it is.
Yeah.
No one knows what Shenmue is.
Does that mean Sega's like paying for Shenmue 3 or is it,
They always were.
Were they?
The Kickstarter was only there to show how much of an audience there was for it, but they were always going to help.
We don't have any updates about Shenmue 3, do we?
There was one trailer that did not look very good.
That game's far.
Game is far
That
out.
game's really far out, man.
So far out, it will never come out.
Place your bets. What's coming out first, remake or fucking 3? Shenmue 3.
Shenmue 3.
Still?
Shenmue 3.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Because I don't think we're getting Kingdom Hearts this year.
No, they said it.
No,
They said that we are.
I don't think so. No way. That's-
How?
Until I see the credits roll, that game is not out.
It could be in your hands.
I could be done. I could be finished with it. Until I see the completion stuff, that game did not come out.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if there's a trailer at E3. If there's a trailer at E3,
It'll be an
depending
apology trailer.
I'm sorry. Well, I meant for like remake.
Hmm?
If there's a remake trailer where like because I mean they had gameplay 2 years ago.
If there's a remake trailer, we're not getting Kingdom Hearts this year.
Why do you say that?
Because if we were getting Kingdom Hearts this year, we would get a more substantial trailer with a date.
Why do you say that though? Because we had to. They've done it before.
Would both?
Well, okay, all 3. Well, no, well 2. Well, Final Fantasy 15
Yeah.
when they came out and announced it as 15, not
Yeah.
Versus,
Yeah.
and then they had a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, and both of those were pretty substantial trailers showing off the gameplay, or like conceptual gameplay. Back in 2013, so they've done it before.
The Kingdom Hearts one was not substantial.
It was
It was
enough.
Sora walking down and then
It was
walking
enough
back.
to get you excited.
Yeah, and guess what? 5 years later,
I didn't say that. You
still
weren't.
not coming out.
I didn't say. Well,
We will play that game in the year 2024 of our Lord.
man, people,
Does Sora come out? No.
is Sora out? And yes.
That's a joke that does play well for an audio podcast.
Stop that.
Violent head shaking. All right, Phil. Who will defend us? Who will save us now?
I don't know, man. I'm really upset. because I really thought that for once I was gonna finally have someone have my back in a video game.
Looking over your shoulder like a guardian angel.
Dude, it sucks. I feel like we should have we definitely should have had this podcast earlier because we could have been on the fucking like the cusp of it. Now we're just like
We were supposed to.
now we're just
We could
poking
have
at-
done it the day of. We could have had it on the TV.
Yeah, we could have. Oh man, now we're just poking the dead horse. Oh
You
man,
know what happened. Everyone knows what happened, but we'll still talk about it like you didn't.
The Bully Hunter saga. What a fucking mess, bro.
All you had to do, because the headsets were pretty cool. They were pretty cool design headsets.
I use a SteelSeries headset at home.
Yeah.
It is wireless. It is functional. It is fine. I enjoy it. I've had it for about 1.5 years now. This is my non-sponsored denomination.
Yeah.
SteelSeries has some really cool headsets.
What they should have done. We have these cool headsets. We're raising awareness for all our female players out there. That's it. That's all you had to do. Instead,
So, okay, before we get into this, there's going to be an immediate thing that I'm going to just put out there. And it's not like we're shy from throwing shade in the general direction of people who are considered to be content creators.
never. We've never done that.
No, never in our lives. But the one thing that we have to like completely understand and approach this from is the understanding that Bully Hunters was and still kind of is heralded by a one Miss Zombie Unicorn who has and always will be an incredible controversial figure in the streaming
Of
market.
who I had never heard of until
Really?
this incident.
Well, because you
No,
don't have your finger to the
I
pulse
don't honestly
streamers.
watch live streams or YouTube videos. Too.
Yeah.
Well, YouTube videos I do, but streams, not really.
I think what you need to do is you need to watch Paige and Pat stream.
Every
Their
now and then
streams are
I've seen a
fucking
few.
hilarious.
They're pretty good.
Um,
I've seen compilations.
they're really good. But excuse me, my fucking nose is stuffy.
That's fine.
The
I guess I'm over here now.
yeah, I guess you are. So the real problem is the fact that this could have been okay. This could have been something different had they not taken it so fucking seriously.
You called yourselves the Bully Hunters. No one even... I don't think anyone calls anyone else a bully anymore.
It's trolls. People don't even use the word bully in real life anymore.
People don't even use the word
Stop trolling me.
I don't even think people use troll. I think trolls is out too. We've gone so far.
Asshole.
Yeah, you're a dick. That's
You're an asshole. I hate you.
Yeah. So the Bully Hunters, essentially, the idea is that you're playing your Counter-Strike game. Oh no, they're being mean to me. So you call up a bigger bully to come in and bully the bully. Now the question is, who bullies the bullier? The answer now is nobody, because the website got shut down the day after.
There's a whole lot of controversy surrounding the whole affair. There are hands in pots in all sorts of places, and unfortunately, I did read an article on this a while ago that really kind of narrowed down a lot of the real problems with it. And it seems like everyone is saying the same exact fucking thing, and it comes down to there was a mistake, and that mistake became exponentially larger and larger and larger. And instead of anybody stopping and saying we should probably rethink this, they just went with it.
They doubled down.
They doubled down, and now there are several companies coming out and effectively saying, we don't know what the fuck they were doing. We're pulling out. And the only person who's been like straight up like, oh yeah, this is okay, was Zombie Unicorn, who was like, well, I would have made it different, but look at all the harassment I've been getting just from these tweets alone. Which, by the way, I went down her tweet line to that very tweet that she referenced. Out of maybe 100, 2 of them were slightly misogynistic. And the rest of them were basically trying to ask her why she thought this was a good idea.
Yeah, it's not. Because really, why is the only question you can ask.
Okay. So this is where it comes back. This is where we come back
Here
around.
we go. Loop it around.
Loop it around. When I said soul worker, believe it or not, there's actually some terrifying bullshit happening in South Korea right now.
Okay.
There is a huge anti-feminist movement. South Korea has been going through their own little Gamergate. Closers Online and Soul Worker are actually part of it. There is an artist. Now I'm paraphrasing here. There's an artist who is a female who was into, she liked or retweeted what people consider to be an extreme feminist kind of viewpoint. Mm-hmm. And because of the fact that she worked on Closers Online, the population decreased to like unsustainable levels, and they all went to Soul Worker. So now Soul Worker in Korea is making money head over heel because Gamergate in Korea is happening. Because they hate feminists. And the problem is assholes exist. Misogynists exist. These people are wake in droves, and they go to fucking places and they yell about how females are oppressing them. Which, if you feel like you're oppressed by a female, please see yourself out.
Unless you're paying someone to do it, then.
What do you mean?
Like you're.
Oh, pay pigs.
What?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're talking about
now.
now.
Yeah, financial doms.
Oh, now I do. That's the word I usually use when I'm looking at Craigslist.
They call it pay pigs, though. That's what they are.
That's. But you're the pig.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You're the pay.
You're the pay pig.
Oh, okay.
They're the dom. They're the queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played Yakuza 0.
Oh wow.
It's a whole side story. Anyway.
Oh right. I think I remember that.
That game is great.
Super good game.
You should play it.
God damn it. So.
Yeah.
The thing is that, like, I understand the reason why they did it, and in order to really understand why it was so problematic, you have to sit down. Did you actually sit down and watch what happened?
I got the rundown where it's like their hands are not moving on these keyboards. The footage is clearly all taken from the same Steam account. No one is actually doing. It's all acting. No one. So like. Oh, man, this was not smooth at all. I'm sorry. No, it's fine. No, it's on me. No, it's literally like these people are sitting in front of the computers pretending to play games, like pretending they're the bully hunters, I guess. And like the camera is just zooming in and doing these 90 shots of these headsets. And like clearly it's a ploy to just sell headsets. But from like a marketing standpoint, and that's really where I like always approach things for them, just like first instinct, is like at the end of the day, the message is to reduce like online harassment, stuff like that. No one should feel uncomfortable playing their video games. I totally agree with that. That's fine. But that's not what this is. This is a marketing ploy to sell headsets. A poor one that didn't need to exist at all.
That becomes problematic due to the fact that it actively incentivizes griefing.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, as someone who was griefing a lot in my League of Legends days, when someone pissed me off, it doesn't fucking fix anything.
No.
It gets you a report and a 15-day ban. That's it.
Yeah. And then you hop on an alt. Who cares?
And the best part about it is that the harassment that you would be facing would not be in a casual match. Casual matches are normally met with people who are mic spamming fucking porn audio.
Yeah.
People trying to meme on you the entire time. And the occasional guy who says, I'm a gay rapist. Which is like, okay, that guy's an asshole.
Yeah,
but he's also not directing that at anybody. He's just talking about how much he loves boys' butts.
Yeah, he's saying it to the world, not to anyone in particular.
Yeah,
it's not a threat, it's a proclamation.
Yeah, and it's like, well, you're okay, brother. You do you, I guess.
Yeah, could you get on point while you're doing that?
But like an overwhelming majority of the harassment that like gamers themselves, and that's the one thing that we gotta like come out and give them props for. They did say it was for everyone.
Yeah.
While they did talk about how the majority of it was centered around female game players.
Yeah. Which I definitely face it a lot.
Yeah. But it's like, I have played 10 competitive games since then on Overwatch with at least 3 or 4 females almost every time. And when they open their mouth, nothing happens.
No.
We just play the game. If anything, the harassment they get is, can you fucking switch characters, please?
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
You suck because you're bad at video games, not because you're female.
Yeah.
And that's the equality we all strive to reach.
Yeah, and you know what the closest thing to harassment I felt was when some French-Canadian motherfucker named Monkey Balls on the goddamn team decided to sit there and go, I'm the fucking heel, like the whole fucking time, and wouldn't shut his stupid Montreal
It
mouth.
was scary. I didn't know what he was saying.
Fuck him. I hate that guy.
Why was he yelling?
And he had a friend who spoke like perfect English, but the other one just kept speaking French at him.
Yeah,
He's like,
nobody would
I
translate.
need heels. Like, fuck him.
Yeah.
Is that racist? It's not racist.
No,
You can't be
because
racist
that's
to
how
French
you spoke fluent French just now. It's fine. You probably said something offensive. No, the thing that got me was apparently there was like some statistic, like very inaccurate statistics being used and stuff like that.
people. Oh no,
It's
the
like,
whole fucking
yeah,
affair.
the whole thing was a sham, and that's what annoys me. Is because like, if you want to just sell headsets, just sell your cool headsets that people already like. Because all you're doing, first of all, Bully Hunter, conceptually horrible. Because what paints a target on your back more than calling yourself a bully hunter? And that's not to say like you're a bully hunter, you deserve it, but like you're clearly gonna draw the attention. You need to come up with a better name.
You would get less people making fun of you if you referred to yourself as PKKer.
Yeah. Like you a PK Hunter. You could have kept
Yeah.
the Hunter part.
Yeah, like
Anything.
something.
The idea that anyone can sign up to be a bully hunter. What if they're a bully? Then the bully's the bully hunter.
What if he comes in and starts harassing you?
Yeah.
What was the process?
Here's the other problem is you put out an SOS to the bully hunter. You're in a full Counter-Strike game. What are they going to do? Message them on Steam? And then at that point, it's just still harassment.
Yeah.
So, like, you call somebody in to just kill one person. Okay, great. Now that's another person on the team not doing anything. Now they get reported. That person gets reported. You get reported for being a little bitch. So, like, what? Who wins?
Nobody fucking it is a complete and utter misunderstanding of how competitive online gaming works.
Yeah.
Or even casual online gaming. It is 100% without a doubt creating and facilitating controversy where none exists.
Yeah.
It is at its core the most corporate interpretation of the online market I've ever seen, and the wrongest, and shows just how disconnected a lot of these modern day gaming publishers and you know
Headset.
paraphernalia people are from the general gaming populace. I thought it was when you have like a casual fucking esports arena thing and you're like, they're really excited for this game that's kind of bad. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine. That's
like-
their job. But like,
hype commentator guy over that 5-player Battle Royale Melee game, that one Xbox conference. It's trying a little hard. I don't even remember what the name of the game was. It goes to show you how well that marketing worked. I hear it's all right, actually.
It's all
But
right.
guess what? If they didn't do that, maybe I'd be a little more interested in it. Instead of being immediately turned off.
fucking
Sea of Thieves. Let's just keep it going. Let's just keep calling people out.
let's just keep shitting on Microsoft for poor Phil Spencer.
Every single time you have a trailer with a face cam in it, just take me off the fucking list.
That is like a really popular thing now, and I don't know. Have you seen the Metal Gear Survive trailers
I-
now?
No!
Yeah.
I see Metal Gear blank and I blank out.
Metal
Done.
Gear Survive is now basically selling like a trailer where it's like a really high-profile streamer, Elohim, who has like been with the site for like the beginning.
I recognize the name for sure.
Yeah, and he's there with a bunch of other people, and it's like, whoa, look at us playing this super co-op experience. The trio starts off with Li shooting someone in the fucking head, like his teammate in the lobby
Video
room.
games.
Oh man, there is such a massive disconnect with how they frame their advertisements, because the selling point of a lot of these games or a lot of streams or anything like that is it's hard to kind of paint down. It's hard to narrow it down to just one thing, because when you think about it, Summit 1G is a streamer that he spends most of his time staring at the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. He doesn't do fucking anything worth talking about except being kind of good and staring at the screen. Shroud, who's basically the fucking Ben Stein of the Twitch world, has way more personality than fucking Summit does.
Yeah.
And his whole thing is like, oh, well, hello, I'm playing video games. 45,000 people. Oh, I'm really good.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So, it is just, at its core, really bad move. Glad to see it gone. And one of the biggest problems I think that like really exasperated was Zombie Unicorn, who consistently kept trying to cause drama before the stream started.
Yeah,
You can go back, and there was a person who was a mental health advocate saying, I would like to see these numbers, please. And she just kept linking to the stream. Like, it was
anytime
hard.
anytime anybody wanted to like, it's like, yeah, I would like some information about where this money's going to, this charity. They would just link to like the website again.
The website,
which
or
was
the stream?
super vague. It was either the stream or like a page on SteelSeries where it's like, buy the headset. This is our money's going to help out people. Okay, who are the people? And they get links. All the proceeds will be donated to charities to help out the people. Okay, who people? And it was just this infinite loop where no one got any information at all. And like,
it was handled like terrible. Awful. And it suffered for it. And that's great.
Yeah.
But that's as much as we can say. Bully Hunters, we knew ye well.
Yeah, please be excited for Max's event, Max's Bully Kumite.
Yo, this is your boy Phil. I'm sitting with my dude Max.
Here we
Max,
go.
hit me with that Battle Royale Kumite knowledge.
Let me tell you, I'm going to get 100 people in
Yeah?
my apartment.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play them all in Nitro Plus.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to get 100 of the strongest, meanest bullies.
Oh,
and
God.
I'm really going to stick it to them.
Ooh, right then and there?
And if any of them beat me, then they're allowed. They can keep bullying people then.
Oh, all right.
Then they don't have to stop. But if they lose, they better stop bullying.
That's
and then I'm going to invite a nerd to come in, give him a wedgie. So tune in, twitch.tv/SteelSeries for Max's Big Boy Bullying Kumite.
Twitch.tv/MadCats.
Twitch.tv/
Big Bully Kumite is pretty good.
Big Bully Kumite. Oh,
Pretty
man.
strong. I don't know we did that.
I
That's out there
changed
now.
sides completely because before that stream and all that happened, I wanted to be like the main bully. Like I wanted to be the boss that they all had to face at the end. Because like I can be mean online. And it's like, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll just be the bully. Like I'm like G rank bully for the bully hunters.
How many people have you heard say they're gonna rape you? Like now.
Like now?
Like on competitive games.
I play fighting games, so I don't hear them.
Oh, because you don't play fighting games on Xbox, which is the best place to play fighting games because it's just a bunch of people getting really angry.
Doesn't work anymore. Oh, you mean where they message you afterwards?
Yes.
No, nowadays it's just the silent rage quit, and if you get a message, I normally just send it back. It's like, man, you should have tried harder. Sorry. And I've added people because they act salty at first. So I'm like, well, you started doing this wrong, so that's why I won. They're like, oh, I guess you're right. Would it be cool if I added you and we played some matches later? It's like, yeah, all right, we're friends now.
Yeah.
That's the competitive environment I'm in. It's
You
weird.
actually experience a shonen arc right there.
Yeah, they become a part of my Shokugeki no Soma crew. And we're going to be cooking up some combos over on twitch.tv/Razor fuck. Well, I don't remember what they're
Razor
speaking
Mad
about.
Cats, Big
Razor
Bully
Razor
Kumite,
Mad Cats, the Big Bully Kumite. Yeah.
Battle Royale Edition.
Yeah.
Radical Heights.
Speaking of Battle Royale, oh, cool. We can do 2. To start, a little buffer news. Did you hear about the PUBG ransomware that was really cute?
No.
Okay, so you know what ransomware is, right? It's a type of virus.
Spyware.
It's a type of virus that'll come on your computer, and then it'll like pop-up window will come up. It's like, listen, if you don't like send us this amount of money, we've locked you out of all your files and stuff, and we're not going to release them to you until you like pay us something.
Right.
The PUBG ransomware pops up. It's this cute little window, little PUBG picture. It's like, hey, this is ransomware, but don't worry. We've locked your files down, but all you have to do is play 1 hour of PUBG to unlock them. Or you can put in this code into the box below and unlock all your files right now. And that's all it does.
Huh.
So it invades your computer. It like scans for the PUBG exe to see if it's been running for an hour. Actually, apparently all you have to do is launch it and then it's gone.
Huh.
But it's just a virus to get you to play PUBG. Or don't if you don't want to, I guess.
PlayerUnknown really feeling the hurt from that Fortnite shit, isn't he?
Yeah, we don't know. It's probably just a cute front for a horrible virus. So I don't recommend people try to get this on their computer. But it's just this cute, like, early 2000s, like, window with this stretched image. And it's like, hey, sorry to take up your time. This is ransomware. I don't want any money. I just want you to enjoy an hour of PUBG. Or
Meanwhile,
alternatively, put this code in.
Furiously keylogging
Yeah,
you in the background.
exactly. Stealing your social security, your credit cards, everything.
So
your
cute.
girlfriend, your SteelSeries headsets.
Ransomware comes in, slaps your girl on the ass. What do? Nothing. That's his
Who's
girl
going to fight the
now.
ransomware now that bully hunters are gone? Oh, man. I'll tell you what will fight PUBG.
I'm being bullied in a PUBG match. You already died.
Yeah, they bullied me to death.
Can you follow him?
Yeah. No, but you know what you could do? You could switch over to Radical Heights. Cliffy B's latest attempt to catch up on something that he's way too late to get into.
You see that motherfucker had the audacity to turn around and like share a fucking. He had someone make a meme where Nibelion, I forget, I don't know how to pronounce his name. The guy who has the One Punch Man avatar, who's super fucking prevalent and has like really funny tweets. He's a reset.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He came out with it first, where it was like coming soon to E3, and it was like all of the different like
Battle Royale
titles.
Oh
coming
yeah.
out. Yeah. So he did something like that himself. And he immediately had to start going on the defensive, like right after you can see in the chain of tweets, Cliffy B just sitting there and yelling like, "I get the irony, asshole. It was a joke."
No, Cliffy B. Radical Heights is Cliffy B's team after the triumphant success of Lawbreakers. Cliffy B has decided to do a Battle Royale
Which,
game.
by the way, has failed so incredibly hard that free-to-play is now not even an option.
No, because who cares? There's 10 people who play it.
That is a fucking dude.
Guess what?
Did you ever play a lot? You were never.
Yeah,
Even...
I was in one of the betas. It was pretty fun.
It was pretty good.
It had grappling hooks. It had zero gravity shit. It had the coolest form of shooting behind yourself that I've ever. It was a super fun game. And then I found out it wasn't free to play.
Yeah.
So I didn't. It's like, what, 40? What? No.
Yeah. It was 30.
What was this, Battleborn? No.
It was $30, which is, I mean, fine. Like, I had no problem with it. I thought it was going to get a really good community. I think the problem came from the general balancing of the game modes. An overwhelming majority of them were just not fun to play.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this on a podcast before, but the concept is that basically the main thing is that you have a battery that you have to charge in your own base, and you just kind of sit there. And it's counterintuitive to the idea of the movement-based gameplay.
I don't remember that in the beta I played. I think I played like the first one, and I don't remember the battery thing being there at all.
Yeah. There's like one of the main game modes. There's two main game modes. Well, three. There's King of the Hill, which is, you sit there in a circle.
Yeah.
Then there's the battery mode where it's like you bring a battery, you charge it at your base, and you guys have separate levels.
Mm-hmm.
and it's like if you can actually stop someone's level, take it to your base, and then charge it there.
Okay.
But then you have another one where it's like you can actually have someone charge it at their base and then take the one that's fully charged and gank it and then just get the point.
Okay.
Problem is, why would you have 3 modes dedicated to standing still in a game that is all about movement?
Yeah. Team deathmatch and capture the flag seems like obvious shoe-ins.
The best fucking mode was the Morty Ball mode. They actually had the guy from Rick and Morty do the Morty voice as the ball, and it was fucking fire. Like, it was coolest. Because, like, what you could do is with the zero gravity thing is I forget the name of the fucking character. I think it was like Wasp. His whole thing is he can his movement is he slides.
Okay, yeah.
If you slide and jump into zero gravity, the momentum stays. So what happens is that he also has a knife that you can stab in the air.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
that changes your momentum towards that area. So what would happen? What I would do is you could literally the ball would reset. You could score in 7 seconds with how fast you could move. That was fucking cool.
Again, the movement in that game
dope.
was super cool.
Lawbreakers is an amazing game that got fucking saddled by the worst piece of shit person in the world. I 100%, without a doubt, believe Cliff Bleszinski is the main reason why that game failed. Absolutely.
Radical Heights is from the same visionary guy.
What happened, man? Gears of War was so good.
Yeah, well, you know, Epic's trying to get those guys back.
He made all that Oculus money, spent it all, and was like, oh, shit. Where'd it go?
Apparently the game launched and was a train wreck, but it's been updated so quickly and so frequently, it's like, yeah, all right, it's like still not Fortnite, but it's getting there.
I think if
fun.
Lawbreakers
Right.
launched as an early access title, it would have been way more successful.
Yeah, would have been fun.
I think because the idea is that people for whatever reason are more willing to accept the fee when it's weird. You don't want to pay for the full product.
No.
But like nowadays people are way more willing to be like, I'll buy this. Like there's like Bless Online is a fucking new MMORPG coming out next month.
Okay.
And it's being released as an quote unquote early access build when in actuality the fucking thing's been in Korea for years now.
Yeah.
But like they going through like a Final Fantasy XIV remake kind of situation where they're literally calling it the rebuild version. There's like 3 classes that aren't coming out yet because like they reworked the whole combat system and everything.
Okay.
And they're saying that like we're making a buy to play early access because it's not technically the full game. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I feel like for whatever reason people are more willing to just turn around and be like, yeah, okay, it's early access. I know it's going to be bad. So $20 for a bad game, sure, but $30 for a game that you're not sure about, it has all this really bad hype around it, and there's so many people like trying to like sit behind it, and you don't like the people who are playing it or trying to sell it to you
because they're not genuine.
They're not genuine.
Big, fake.
A lot of
people.
them are really bad at the game.
Yeah, that also probably doesn't help.
Yeah.
But Anyway, it's just that chasing, always chasing, never innovating. Unfortunately, that Cliffy Bleszinski. Now he's yelling at Epic because apparently they're like trying to hire his fucking crew out from underneath him. Hey, guess what? If you were on that sinking ship, and Epic's like, hey, do you want to like come back and like work on the new Gears game or whatever?
Oh no, they're not doing anything but Fortnite.
Oh, do you want to come work on the one
money,
that pays?
You know how much money fucking Fortnite mobile makes just alone?
Too much.
$2.1 million a day.
That's a lot. Hey, do you want to?
Day.
Hey guys, do you want to like come?
Yeah,
you don't even have to work on Fortnite. You can just sit in the lobby and we'll pay you.
I live for the idea that there is an Epic employee, like an Epic manager, who is just sitting there like, I really don't like Cliff Bleszinski. I want to ruin this man's life.
Or the alternate story of like, we have too much money and like the government's starting to get suspicious. We have to just start hiring people and paying them. It doesn't matter what they do. They can go pick up my kids at school. It doesn't matter.
I think Fortnite has actually opened a rip in space time, and now we are making so much money that we are effectively taking the balance away from the world.
We are single-handedly fucking up democracy and the free market.
Where's the new fucking Epic offices now? Oh, they decided to plant us directly at the Federal Reserve because why the fuck not?
Yeah, they're on the moon. Oh man,
Elon Musk shows up and is like, "You motherfuckers need better servers."
Do you guys
on
remember
the moon?
You guys remember in 2019 when the stock market had its second largest crash of all time when Fortnite came out, Fortnite 2?
Fortnite bailed America out.
Fortnite had to bail America. Oh no! China gave all the money we owed them to Fortnite. Meanwhile, Cliffy B's like making whatever the next fad is. Like,
No, he's not. Every time he tries to make a video game, he sits there and he just goes, "This isn't working. I'm gonna go back to my fucking restaurant."
came out this week. That's right. He's got a cute little
It's
restaurant.
a cute little restaurant.
Just do your Wahlburgers. Just do your restaurant. Show up in a Mega 64 video once a year and just relax.
Cliff Brzezinski.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we have those moments because it feels like every time we go to a fucking news story, we're getting more and more low energy because of how fucking awful they all are.
It's all good stuff from here on out, actually.
Oh, okay.
Xbox backwards compatibility is incredible. It's still incredible.
Yeah.
It's really dumb that the PS4 isn't keeping up. I would say we lean more towards PlayStation nowadays.
So the thing about the backwards compatibility of how it's being handled through there is games are running better.
Yeah.
That's
They are
incredible.
improved.
They're actually running at higher resolutions, higher frame
Red
rates.
Dead is apparently incredible on the One X,
Oh,
on like an actual TV.
Do they fucking increase the? Is there? Can you play Red Dead at 60 frames?
There
oh my
are
god!
there are improvements, like hard improvements, but it doesn't matter because Metal Wolf still isn't on the compatibility list
Yeah.
because they're idiots. But a lot of games just did get added, including all the Star Wars games, pretty much, both the original Battlefronts.
Remember that span of time that Black Ops? I think it's either one. I don't think it was Black Ops 2 got backwards compatibility on Xbox One X, and it beat the fuck out of the Call of Duty from that year. Did you remember that?
No.
Yeah, there was. I think Black Ops 2 came out on backwards compatibility. This was before the Xbox One X, and they were just like, "Hey, play it on Xbox One. You can play 360."
Yep.
And it beat. I think it was Advanced or not Advanced. It was Infinite Warfare.
Yeah.
Beat the fuck out of Infinite Warfare in player numbers that year. I was like, well, Black Ops 2 is really fun.
Yeah. I don't think I ever played. Black Ops is my favorite Call of Duty.
Black Ops 1 and 2 is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Both from a multiplayer and single player
It's a
standpoint.
shame that game's still $60 because
It's so good.
Call
That's
of Duty
why.
games don't depreciate, though.
Well, Advanced Warfare is 45, which admittedly sucks because Advanced Warfare is basically Gundam.
Yeah, as soon as Call of Duty added air dashing, I'm like, yeah, I'm back into Call of Duty now.
Uh-huh.
Everyone's like, this sucks. This isn't like my war shooter. It's like, yeah, it's better. They improved it.
Quick aside, I guess we could bring that up. You see that fucking they might just eschew the
Yeah,
single player
4.
campaign?
I can't wait for the 4 Battle Royale mode. For 4? 4. From the legendary Call of Duty series. 4?
What's Black Ops?
It's Black Ops.
Yeah. They've confirmed it's Black Ops 4, but like
You couldn't tell from a trailer.
I
And the thing that irks me is, like, their logo is not iconic enough for that to work. It just looks like a shitty flag.
yeah.
This looks like a 4.
Yeah, and people are sitting there like
That's also not how Roman numerals usually work.
I don't,
As I've been told, you can do it that way, but no one does, so fuck them.
what do they do for 5? It's just another
It's a cross, and they're doing tally marks.
Ah, yes, the Call of Duty of this generation.
Yeah, 5. The sequel to 4.
I am really curious. Like, I know we're making jokes. I am really curious
Oh no,
to
100%.
see.
Because Call of Duty games are still solid. They play solid. So
Yeah.
Battle Royale has always been a cool genre for me, but all of them are too
Except
jank.
World War II. World War II sucked.
Yeah, because guess what? You just went from air dashing Gundams to boring World War II
I hate that
to
shit.
D-Day loot boxes.
People, I don't understand the Call of Duty community. They're so fucking frustrating because it's like you're sitting there. That's what is, I think, the reason why Call of Duty is fucking failing, because they're making a game that isn't for Call of Duty players. They're making a game that's for fucking anime nerds.
No, and they're good, dude.
Good, yes, yes. They just saw Titanfall and it was like, well, we can fucking do that.
They saw Titanfall and they're like, why did this game get snubbed? Like, over Battlefield, who cares? Like,
Oh,
that
man.
game is unfortunately very dead. I still boot up Titanfall every now and then just to check, and it's like, nope, 0 players.
I was actually having this conversation with a couple of friends of mine.
Real depressing.
We came to the realization that like a lot of the reason why this is Titanfall 1 probably would have been successful because it is the better Titanfall.
Yeah.
Mechanically speaking, there are some things that Titanfall 2 does better, but like in terms of like general map design, I mean the wall chaining that is possible in that game,
Yeah.
the movement options, and the fact that the Titans are actually customizable and not stuck by class, like. There's a lot of fucking decisions that they made in Titanfall 2 that I feel like we're trying to be a part of the mold when that's not what that
why,
game
like, on a
fucking
third
is.
game, I feel like they could take good parts both and just keep the grappling hook. Just put the grappling hook in another game. That's fine. That's all I need from Titanfall 2. Yeah, Xbox backwards compatibility is great. PS4 is now non-existent. The Xbox one is crazy too, because like, just throw your disc in, buy it on the store. Who cares? Just play the old games.
So there's actually a lot of talk about. I'm just realizing that we're getting to the point in the console cycle space where talk of the quote unquote next generation is happening. I still think the word next gen is being used to talk about PS4 because I'm so fucking disconnected from console gaming ever since I got a PC.
Yeah,
And now I'm at the mindset where it's like I'm really upset, but at the same time, Digital Foundry kind of came out and had a video on it where they were like, here's the thing, right? Backwards compatibility, wholly possible now. Wholly possible. Like they said, because of the way that like the new CPU infrastructure would work, you could just make all of the PS4 games and all the Xbox One X games and just make them all backwards compatible. And I was like, if that happens with the next generation, I'm on board. Because it means it's like, I don't want to sit there and have to fucking turn around and be like,
well, PS4,
well, because like the
goodbye.
main reason why they don't have fucking backwards compatibility is because they fucking monetized it. They monetized it through PlayStation Now, which as a service works.
No, it doesn't. I can 100% confirm PlayStation Now does not work. It doesn't matter what your connection is. It is a horrible experience.
Well, that's because PSN just doesn't work.
Yeah, but like even like I would take just actually re-release the games on the PS4, like you were doing.
They were.
They weren't.
They are.
Like I can't. Not anymore. We'll maybe get like one game every couple of months. At the start of the PS4, they would be like, all right, here's new PS2 games. Here's Red Dead Revolver. Here's fucking Ape Escape 1. Or no, Ape Escape 2. Here's all these games. And they just fucking stopped. And now you won't see PS2 releases.
I just don't think it's weird because I think backwards compatibility
But it works.
but
on
it's
PS4.
it's still a niche market, which is unfortunate to think about.
I think if you told a lot of people, it's like, hey, do you have old games? They'll play on your new thing.
No, yeah, no.
I think it would work.
It would work. The reason it doesn't work on fucking PS4 is because Sony puts so many goddamn hoops.
Yeah.
Whereas Xbox, like, Microsoft is just desperately vying for control. They're still losing the console battle. They have effectively the most powerful console on the market right now.
Yep.
100% without a doubt.
Yeah.
And they are offering technically a better play experience, but their fucking first-party games are either non-existent or just being delayed into hell
Yeah, or canceled
or
downright.
canceled outright
Yeah.
because of how fucking awful. Like, Phil Spencer is desperately trying to save his Japanese fucking connections for Microsoft,
Yeah.
from what I've seen. Like, he is constantly over in Japan talking to people because Microsoft has been, like, notorious for having the worst. I still think one of my favorite stories is I forgot the gentleman's name, Shinji Mikami. Shinji Mikami showing up, and Resident Evil 4 was gonna be an Xbox One or Xbox exclusive, Xbox Classic. And because they just dropped the ball so hard during the meeting, he walked out. Microsoft lost a game of the generation.
Yeah.
Which to me at the time, it's like, once again, it was the same fucking issue. Xbox was the most powerful console on the market, but because of the fact that they simply didn't have the fucking know-how or anything, 360 only worked because it was the only console that was not fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like the PS3
It was
had
the
a fucking
least stupid console.
Like PS3 had a fucking weird cell infrastructure that's like, if you knew how to use it, you could generate crazy fucking graphics.
Which you didn't.
Which
you didn't know how to use it.
And like the Nintendo Wii was like, it was a shovelware machine.
It was a baby game console for babies.
For fucking baboos.
Yeah, I don't care if you played Xenoblading. Fuck off.
Literally, no one had any other choice other than to either release it to the PC, which at the time was only kind of coming back into fruition.
Yeah.
Or the 360. I 100% without a doubt believe that Microsoft only won the last
thing
generation.
they fucked up was that the 360 is doomed to die unless you bought one of the newer ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, early adopters. But
I went through 3.
do you know how many PS3s I've gone through though? Before I realized, like,
Did you really?
I have gone through 5 or 6 original PS3s because I wanted backwards compatibility. That's how important it was for me. But like, fuck. And a lot of the times it was repairs, not like new PS3s. But I finally bought this slim one. Works fine. Works great. Never had any issues with it. But no backwards compatibility.
My first PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
Just melted.
Yeah.
Melted after I waited fucking hours in line for it.
Was it that day too? Like
It was pretty
soon after.
I think I got it December, so I got it a month after launch.
Yeah.
And that's when I started getting on there, and I was like, oh man, all my friends are on PS4 now. This is crazy. I can put my 360 away. Why are the visuals on fire? Because have you seen a graphics card melt and what it does to like the games?
I have. Yeah.
It's terrifying.
It's pretty cool.
I almost want like a horror game to like
try
that
console.
fucking thing. No, not fry it, but like there is a
Dude.
specific weird aliasing that happens.
Eternal Darkness 2 makes you think you're frying your graphics card.
Oh, that'd be so good.
You have to check. Like, Eternal Darkness 2 starts to fry your graphics card, puts up a message with a helpline. It's like, your PS4 might be having issues. Call this number.
If there's a way for the game to just turn on the fan really fucking loud and then
No, the PS4 will just do that.
Yeah.
I never noticed it until recently. It just started getting really loud for no reason.
Oh no, mine is probably like a jet engine, but I don't give a shit because I play with the headphones on all the time. So
I guess I only really notice it when I'm like here.
Apparently,
there were parts in Nier where it's like really quiet moments.
Dad of War.
Dad of War. Oh,
Dad
I imagine
of War
Dad of
pushes
War
the
annihilates
Pro
you.
to its limits, like super hard.
Ugh,
Makes that shit real loud.
it's garbage.
It's fucking garbo. What do we got? Are we near the end?
Yeah. Last thing is there's just a shit ton of fighting game stuff. I was just gonna run through that real fast.
All right.
No one cares.
Welcome to Big Bullet Kumite. Welcome to Big Bullet Kumite.
If you do the I start thinking about horse girls again. Fucking special week. One of them's named Vodka. She's pretty cool.
Speaking of fighting games, real quick, shout outs to fucking the Woolies series.
The pop off report.
Porn.
What?
Yeah. pop-off report news is porn. Yeah.
How did I?
It's so good.
Oh man, fucking one day we need to get to a point where we just gotta have a chance meeting. It's like, you want to be on a podcast? You want to take a vacation in Florida?
God, I love
Bring your girlfriend down. That's cool.
We'll go to Disney World.
I'll show you. We'll show the sites.
I'd
We'll
love
work
to,
on
I'd
it.
love to hang out with those guys, man.
We will definitely work on it. Fighting game stuff, I'll blast through it. Merge Zamasu is in Dragon Ball Fighters. That's Goku Black, but green. That gets
In before another Goku.
no. This 100% confirms base Goku, base Vegeta, Android 17, who is already a part of Android 18's fucking move list. So what the fuck is that character now? What happens if you play as Android 18 and 17 and Krillin? Then she is broken. She's a broken character. Fucking whatever. Dragon Ball sucks. Let's talk about games that don't suck. Siegfried got announced for Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Seems a little early, considering Nightmare is literally Siegfried in this game again.
It's always Siegfried. Well, yeah, no, he's not.
Not always. In 2 and 3, it was. Siegfried was... Or no. Just in 2, Nightmare was Siegfried.
How does he fucking? That's why I never got about like the lore part of Soul Calibur. How does Siegfried like fucking find a way to free himself and make Nightmare an actual entity?
Because Nightmare's... he basically possesses another, like... He's
Oh.
always... Nightmare is like a vessel being possessed by Soul Edge. Like all the time.
Okay.
So I don't know how they're going to do that. I guess it has to do with time portals. This game's going to be like a weird rebooty kind of thing. King of Fighters 14 DLC came out. 4 awesome characters. And Hydern, Oswald, the fucking card-throwing dude. Blue Mary, who everybody wanted. And new fan character, Najd, who was the coolest fucking fighting game character ever.
What does he do?
They did a fan character creation contest, and Najd was submitted by a girl in Saudi Arabia, and she uses like black fire that she can use as like projectiles, or she can kind of use it as like to create constructs and things. But she is like tan with spiky white hair, and she wears like a hood. She is so fucking cool. It's like my favorite SNK design in like a while. And like since it came, no, because SNK is nailing it all the fucking time. Sylvie's like the only bad design they've made in years.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me check this character out.
yeah,
That's pretty fucking cool.
yeah. She's pretty fucking cool.
God damn it, man. Saudi Arabian characters are like actually like the coolest.
They're always
fucking
awesome. Like
characters.
Shaheen is fucking awesome.
Shaheen.
I like Rashid. I think Rashid's super cool.
She was fun.
Yeah.
She was the only fucking character I actually gave a shit about besides Cammy and Street
Yeah, it's
Fighter
just
5.
good because he's the main character of Street Fighter 5. I can't think of any other ones at the top of my head. It's
No,
only
Phil.
recently that they've really started going in, and that's cool. That's great. You know, besides like this character's a genie, like, which I mean, to be fair, Rashid's kind of just a genie.
Yeah.
But he's a genie with a scouter, and he's cool. Other than that, Falk, Street Fighter 5, she looks lame, which is disappointing. Cause
I keep fucking hearing that they're doing shit with Street Fighter, and I keep hearing people go, okay, but I don't see anybody fucking play Street Fighter.
no.
No, okay. Wrong. I see pros and people watch Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Street Fighter still gets numbers.
Yeah. We just don't know who
but
those numbers
who
are.
the fuck is playing?
Who's playing it? I really don't know.
Knuckle Doo still playing. Knuckle Doo was at the fucking
was.
monthly, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have I think he won. I don't know who would have
And
beat
it
him.
looks like they're doing stuff. Like, I watched the gameplay. And
Second
I go,
V
okay.
triggers helped. Problem is a lot of them are not as good as the first V triggers. It's like no one's picking Tyrant Rush over Aegis Reflector. But like nerfing the damage like that, you can't cancel into V trigger anymore and still get super high damage because it'll scale really hard. If you
okay.
combo into V trigger, which is good for some characters and bad for other characters where you could like only combo into their V trigger too. So like, why the fuck would you pick V trigger too?
I saw
This
that.
doesn't matter
I saw
anymore.
that Falk can actually combo from her V trigger into her critical art.
Yeah, a lot of characters can do that. It's
Which is
just
neat, but
again, Falk I think her special moves are fine. Her normals look really lifeless. Her super, like, the trailer makes it look like shit. It's not that bad, but it's still like she looks kind of lame, and that's a shame because as soon as I saw her picture, I'm like, oh my god, short blonde haircut in that cool military outfit Ed has with like a stick and cycle power. It's like that's gonna be my girl. That's gonna be my girl. I'm gonna try her out. I'm gonna see how it goes. I haven't bought. This is the first like season pass for a fighting game I haven't bought in a while, with Dragon Ball, obviously. But like, I still don't have an incentive. If I play Street Fighter, I'd probably play Blanca now because that's like my default go-to character when I've given up.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not being swayed. We'll see what Cody, G, and Sagat look like. They'll probably be cool, but I don't know.
Well, what it sounds like to me is that Max is really just upset that at the end of the day, all of his Under Night in birth knowledge is going to go to waste because he just keeps playing this fucking game and hoping people will play with him, and they just won't.
What, Under Night?
Yeah.
They will soon because everyone's going to be talking about Under Night thanks to Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. We start as we end.
If that's what brings Under Night to the mainstream, I'm completely fine with it.
I'm fine with this game. If this
Under
game is
Night
good,
has some fucking. I still think back to that CO Taku. Yeah. That top 8 was fucking awesome, and then I realized how fucking shitty watching Melty Blood top 8s are in comparison.
because like Under Night's really really exciting. Melty Blood can be exciting. The problem is that game is so old. People have pretty much optimized it. Yeah, they've got it down to a
touch
science.
of death combos immediately.
Yeah, like
there's no gameplay.
Yeah,
It's touch of death. That's it.
Yep.
Roll Arcuade or whatever the fuck her name is.
Fucking Scion. That game's Eltnum.
Yeah, Eltnum.
Pick
Oh,
Scion.
fuck.
But for Cross Tag Battle, Naoto, Batista, and Hakumen got announced. Yeah, I don't know why anyone thought Hakumen wasn't going to be in, but now they can fucking shut up, and they're not going to play him anyway.
Which fighting game has the biggest? Is it still Armageddon?
Fighting him as the biggest roster?
Yeah. Because I know Ultra had a really big one.
King of Fighters 14 launched with 48.
Fuck.
50 they're well over 50 now. And they said they're still planning on adding more characters.
Fuck.
And guess what? Those are all good characters. There are no filler characters in KOF 14. Even the DLC, it's like, there's never one where it's like, why would you add, like, this person over anyone? It's like, the first one is Yamazaki, Rock Howard, Vanessa, and Whip. The only ones, like, people wanted are, like, Shermie, but she's canonically fucking dead. Although I guess Geese falls off a building every week, so that doesn't matter.
Canonically dead in a fighting game universe is like
that means fucking nothing.
Fucking nothing. Remember Nash? Yeah, we tried not to.
I remember how he's a Zambambo now.
Kata.
I like Nash still. He's cool. He's the same. He sucks. Oh, they also showed off Yang footage for Cross Tag. She's looking cool. I can almost cope with the fact that Bullet won't be in this game.
What?
Bullet's not. We already know who the rest of the characters are. They've figured out those silhouettes that they showed off.
But that's like the easiest combo.
But see, here's the thing, is they're like, yeah, if people buy this game, they like it, we'll just literally keep dumping characters into it.
Oh.
So, Cross Tag Battle will maybe eventually have the biggest roster.
Bullet hostage, okay.
Yeah. Well, because Bullet's honestly not played by too many people.
She's not very good.
Mecha Oni is the only person I know who plays Bullet.
Yeah, he plays a great Bullet.
Plays a good Bullet, but a good Bullet, compared to like a good 9.
My tan waifu will fucking reign.
Yeah, well, Yang will have a Bullet color. She can be tan. That's fine.
I'd have to see it.
She's looking good. She's got cool shotgun shit with her hands, which is shotgun arms is cool.
Yeah, that's what she is.
Yeah,
she's a fucking angry shotgunner.
Everyone seems to be confused that her boobs move a lot, which is dumb because that's.
I think they're pretty stationary in the series.
Yeah, because it's made in fucking Miku Dance. The first 3 seasons.
Was that confirmed?
First 2 seasons, 100%. That's how Monty did his animations. He made them in Miku Dance. You can tell because there's a dance sequence in the first season, and it's like these are clearly like dance animations. That's funny.
That beautiful bastard.
Still, good for you, Monty. You made it. You're still making it.
Still making it, brother.
That's literally all I have.
I got one piece of news. I just saw on a Reset Era. Actress Nina Bergman confirms a new Doom movie coming out. Granted, that is met with like funny fucking. Did you see that the Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
Yeah.
You have to say the whole name. Came out and had that fucking tweet about, wow, Rampage might be the best received video game adaptation.
At a 53%.
Yeah. And for that stinker Doom, and then the official Doom Twitter, Dwayne.
See, I read that as Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Come on,
man.
come on, Dwayne.
Oh man.
And with that, not another podcast. Round 7 concludes.
All right, so I'm gonna fucking call you out right now.
What's up?
Where's my review?
All right. Every other week we do not another podcast. It's been a rough. It's been a rough couple of weeks.
Yeah, I feel you.
There is a video going up on my channel that also kind of explains where I'm at. I've written literally 2 more scripts for it and scrapped both. I just genuinely, it's not worth talking about. And the more I try to write about it, and the more I try to like wring it out for everything it's worth, it essentially boils down to like, the combat's decent, it's passable. I enjoyed it for a bit. I think it's weird that Kirito's my friend. Like, that's it. I haven't been able to finish it because every time I'm like, oh, I need to finish Fatal Bullet, I like pick it up off the shelf from like tomorrow.
Well, because the way to get the true ending is so
Arduous.
so dumb.
I thought like the regular ending would be kind of what you described to me, where fuck it, no one fucking cares. You put on the original nerve gear, that is the true ending. So the regular ending probably the game just stops. I don't know. And like, I've already put like 30 hours in, and there's no payoff yet.
Which, like, okay, so you put the nerve gear on, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to, like, you have the risk of dying, which you can die very easily during that final boss.
Yeah.
So
Because
is it canon that you are literally experiencing death the whole time if you die?
no, because GGO is not programmed to kill you when you die.
No.
The nerve gear, while it has the capabilities to kill you, will not kill you unless the game tells you to. Or the game tells it to, the code.
What was the fucking reason that Death Gun was killing people? He was literally walking up to people's houses and stabbing
Death
them?
Gun was 2 people. No, Death Gun was 3 people.
Yeah.
It was a person in the game who was always playing, Sturban,
Yeah.
and then it was 2 people, and what they would do is they would target high-profile players. The other people would pick them out based on where they lived, like the apartments they lived in, how shitty they were, and how easy they were to break into, and people who lived alone. And so they would pick top players based off of that. So that's why they go after Sinon, is because she lives alone in a shitty apartment with outdated security, and also because the other dude wanted a boner, I guess.
It's such a that's such a fun villain, like bad villain concept to want to hate. And it's just
Show's bad. Don't watch the show.
yeah.
Don't watch Sword Art.
Hey, so I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of God of War pretty soon.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably take a weekend or just play it throughout the whole week and dedicate a lot of my time because I'm not fucking finishing Far Cry 5 anymore.
What happened with that? You've been playing Far Cry. We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't. I guess it's there too.
Yeah. It got to a point in which it feels like I'm grinding to get to the boss. There are now 2 story missions that have effectively asked me to start gathering materials for them. And because of the fact that, like, yeah, sure, you can fast travel, and yeah, you can fight bears, you can find them pretty easily. I don't ever like gathering missions that don't explicitly tell me where it is.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or that I have to wait around for said animal to show up, and I have to fight it in a way that doesn't damage his fur. So, can't turn it on fire. Can't blow it up, which is the easiest way to kill him. I have to fight it with a fucking bow, and I think even bullets will damage the fur. So I said, I don't want to do this mission, so I kept doing other missions in rapid succession, and the problem with the area in question, like for that one, is it's a drug area, and there's a drug called Bliss, which effectively makes you loopy.
It's the Far Cry drug.
It's the Far Cry
drug you take in Far Cry.
Yeah, but like every other Far Cry before it has had really dope fucking hallucination sequences.
Yeah.
This one is basically... It's funny to me that a game centered around solely white antagonist has the blandest fucking antagonist in the entire series.
Yeah.
Because her whole shtick is that she's supposed to be like some ghostly maiden that can fly everywhere.
Wait, protagonist or antagonist?
Antagonist, I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought the dude with the beard was the antagonist.
Yeah, he is.
On the cover.
But like, there's four fucking evil people that control their zones.
the Fox unit.
Yeah, yeah, basically, and they're the most. The thing is that like they're trying so desperately to not want to kill you. Like the one guy who did want to kill you is a torture dude, but like the most interesting thing he did was rip out one of your boys' like he cuts. Like, he writes the word sin and cuts it out of the person's flesh.
Yuck.
Yeah, it's gross, but it's like, that's not charming, charismatic. You're just an asshole.
Yeah.
You're not fun. And then the other girl's like, it literally is basic white girl syndrome. Like, to the T. Like, I got into drugs after college, and it fucked me up, but this dude gave me a new life, and now
I'd still do drugs. Still do them, but,
But Jesus helps me.
Yeah, Jesus gives me the drugs.
Yeah, and they try to... like I said before, if the game actually went full-on, like, conservative political, it would have been way more interesting.
Yeah, because at least that's a stance.
Yeah.
At least that's a character.
I don't even know who the third person is. I even know. I forgot there was another guy.
Damn.
I forgot there's. I don't even know what his fucking shtick is. I didn't even see him.
Was he one of the guys jumping into the helicopter? I will say, I've had a few friends who've been playing it. They're like, yeah, I got both of the endings. And from what they told me about the endings, it gets pretty fucking nuts. To the point where I'm like, are we talking about the same Far Cry? And
I'll probably look the endings up because
I definitely recommend looking the endings up.
Yeah.
Apparently, I haven't watched them yet, but
I just can't get into it's not fun anymore, and like the quote unquote like emergent gameplay is just turning into a chore now, where it's like, all right, now I gotta go find, like, if it was just like doing more of the mission to take out the statue of this big dude over in the county, that was a fun mission.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of fun missions like that, and it's like, I want more missions like that. I don't want to do fucking gathering missions. Why would you explicitly explain to me, oh, you don't have to do any gathering except for missions that are story based and give you resistance points to get to the next part, because then I have to walk around, look for outposts.
Why do I need bear fur to fight the good fight? It's 2018. Can't I just order it on Amazon if I need a jacket or whatever it's for?
No, canonically you can't use the internet. You can't.
Oh, that's right. Well, we did talk about
Yeah, like, it doesn't make fucking sense.
It's just
That's why it's like people talk so much shit about like Far Cry is like, oh, why
damn, those
Middle
endings
America?
are really not going to make any sense to you then.
Huh?
So then those endings are really not going to make any sense to you because, like, they're crazy in a how sort of way.
That'd be fine.
Like, how does it possibly escalate?
Oh.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, they have been saying something about, like, their whole thing is they're trying to initiate, like, a war or something.
No, a war gets fucking initiated.
Which would be cool.
Or, no, it doesn't. You'll see.
Like,
You'll see. I'll stop.
I don't
I don't want to spoil it for other
them,
people.
yeah.
If I spoil it for you, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Let's just watch the endings right now after this fucking.
yeah, we'll do that for
podcast.
sure because I still haven't seen them. So
Oh,
yeah, we'll
okay.
do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was not another podcast. Round 7. Please look forward to Phil finally talking about Megalobox next time.
Yeah, and please look forward to hopefully actually having a fucking video uploaded. I'm really sorry, obviously. Just because...
I am also very sorry. Every single class this past 3 weeks has been spent writing scripts.
And I'm just dying.
I can't write. And you are
I haven't
trying
been
to
streaming. I'm trying to live, so...
So, you
But,
look
by the way,
forward.
I'm not really dying. It's just gallbladder issues, guys.
Yeah. So maybe I'll start doing some streams on Phil's here. I'll come on. It's like, hey everybody, what do you?
N-word.
Goku is.
Does Goku's gay?
I came up with another one while we were talking, but it was like an hour and a half ago. So
What was it?
totally, I don't remember. It was
Fuck.
good though.
Vegeta.
But yeah, we'll figure something out. There's just
We'll have a YouTube channel at some point.
I touch again. There's a video going up on my channel. It's a shitty update vlog because I love doing those once a year. And it really comes down to like, trust me, the stress of creating content is there every time I turn on a console, anytime I sit at a computer, anytime I look at my phone for too long. Because it's like, oh shit, well, I'm playing this game. I could be doing something with this. I could be streaming this. I could be making a video out of this. And it's kind of at the point where, like, video games, it's hard to find the fun in them anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, I needed Nier, like, bad. Because even while I was playing it, I'm like, shit, like, should I stream this? And, like, by the end, I'm like, no, I'm really happy I took this. I played it on my own. Got to just enjoy it.
That's why
But immediately afterwards, it was like, right back.
That's why I sat there when I bought Ni no Kuni 2. I was like, I'm not gonna stream this. I'll stream Far Cry. I'm not gonna stream this because I want this game. And now, honestly, I wish it was the other way around. I wish I fucking just used Far Cry 5 as my online because I would have beaten it by now. And I wish I fucking streamed Ni no Kuni 2 because that's an infinitely more enjoyable experience to like be a part of.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is. Hey guys, thanks for all your support. Thanks for coming on the streams. Thanks for doing the do. Go ahead and follow my stream if you haven't here already. And then follow Max at literally MAXX.
Yeah. I'm that on literally everything.
And then Hipsters on Purpose. At some point, we'll actually have content on purpose.
There's still podcasts. If you just watch the podcast again, it'll be fun. It'll be more fun the second time.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
I did it again.
What did you do?
I hit the local record again. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm at the point where it really doesn't matter. I get them up. I can still get them up. It's fine. As long as we don't get... I just have to download the VOD before we get hit with the fucking copyright notices for the music.
Just fucking get up and turn the goddamn stream off.
All right. We're going to try and do the next podcast actually in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
We'll try. We'll see what happens.
Well, what's in 2 weeks? What's in 2 weeks? Let me
the
see.
next episode of the podcast.
No shit. But
it's a bi-weekly what thing?
I know, but I'm trying to figure out... Okay, so that's
What do we think's going to happen over the next 2 weeks? Or the
4th.
date?
Okay, no, 27th. Yeah, it's the 4th.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, we should be good.
Yeah.
Unless I die.
All right. Well, don't. What am I going to do? Put on 2 headsets?
Hey, it's Phil.
Hey, it's Max. All right. This is going on long enough. Bye.